What is going on, guys, and welcome here to the playoffs of the Trackmania Grand League. I'm your host, Luckers Turbo, and I'm joined by the beautiful, good-looking, charming Speedy. Hello. Hello, Speedy.
Hello.
Nice
Sorry
to see
I
you.
joined late.
All good, man, all good. I just sent you the map list, but, I mean, I didn't see anything, because I just wanted to see the event tab, you know? And there was not, I couldn't join there, so it's a bit weird. But yeah, we're gonna figure that out. So again, facecam, of course, just a little bit hectic today. Also have to announce it here in my Discord that I am live here on the channel. So sorry for that, but I was just very distracted that I couldn't join the server. Are you able to join the server or anything? Do you know how it goes? Speedy, do you know how it goes or not? With the join of the server? Maybe it would be a nice idea if you could tell me, because right now I can't find it. But yeah, we're gonna figure it out. Anyway, so we still have 30 minutes to go. And what I want to do now with you guys is to make a sort of prediction. What I think who's gonna win today and why. But first of all, let's change the music a bit up here. Let's just do that and chuck like that. Okay, so we have, of course, 8 players who have fought it out here. We have Grand, Carl Jr., Peck, Papu, Afi, Spam, Aurel, and Kappa, who will battle it out here for today's prize pool of 7,500 euro. That is a lot of money, but only money for the top 4. And yeah, Speedy, we have a different format today. What do you think about that? Just from the first, yeah, like appearance that you have, like grasped it. What do you think about this format? Hello? Hello, Speedy? Ah, Speedy's... Ah, damn it. I was muted. Damn it. Okay, so again... Oh my god. So, what do you think about the format? Just make it one short, long story short. I'm sorry, man.
In short, it's new. It's interesting. I'm a bit afraid that it might backfire and we see some drama, but yeah, I mean, it fits the TMGL. It's something new that we never had before.
I think so as well.
Yeah. And we have the best players currently available to test it out, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this format once already. But the thing is, that was really like weird because we had Hugo, who was not really good. He didn't really practice for this competition too much. And he eventually won it, you know? He won it because he was just playing his best map as first. And this could also well happen. But I still have to check here where I can join the server. So he says server's up and running. You can access it through the TMGL club, where a TMGL F2020 playoffs is available. So there's a TMGL club. So when I search TMGL, I can't find it. Can you find it? Maybe you can check it out. Maybe.
Yes, I'm in the club already, so I was on the server. So let me check again. It's just called Grand League for me.
Yeah.
The club. It's the 4th highest one as well.
Yeah, Grand League. I'm not finding it then. Then I'm gonna go for Grand League. Yeah, cool. Okay, and then we have TMGL Fall 2020 competition, and then there's a room, right?
I sent you a picture of how the room looks like. You click on it, and then you have a play button where you can select a spectator.
Competition. Ah, playoffs competition. You activate. This activity is private. You need to be a member. What? Okay, then I join. Okay. Boom. Now I can join. What? Oh my god, dude. That is so complicated. What the hell? I was searching for TMGL and they were like Grand League. Oh my god. Okay, now we have it. So I'm on the server. Perfect. But that's super, super puzzling, really, to find that. Now we figured it out, but I think, yeah, I would have come to that conclusion, but it is very, very complicated with that. So, yeah. Actually, I want to go into the map presentation just before we're gonna go into the in-game. So, I'm gonna go and give you the map presentation here. So, those are the maps here that will be played. We have, of course, the first map called Circles, which is a map that we had very, very close fights on. And also a map where we want to, yeah, like, take a lot of risks, especially on this ice section that is coming up after here, after this left-hander, and then another right-hander comes before that. This ice turn is very important. You want to be as high as possible, and also you want to avoid steering. But on the other hand, you need to avoid this edge, and also you want to like get your tires ungripped again. So it is very weird to do, and also this speedy section, speedy, where you really gather a lot of speed, and then you need to like get an outside line here. I mean, maybe you've seen the presentation from Pack that he did on this track, but he was explaining it very nicely. And then the identity, it's not too hard, but you can of course really push it very, very well on this track. And it can be a close one, and maybe we're gonna see it in the actual playoff phase. That's the first map. And yeah, what is actually your favorite map out of the map pool here?
I actually believe circles might be my favorite in this one. The other ones I'm not so fond of. I think this, especially with Pack showcasing, I think it fits the format perfectly well. It has something of everything.
Yeah.
It's not too risky, but it definitely pays off to be risky on it. And yeah, I think it's a great map for the grand final.
Yeah, so Circuits is a very good map indeed, but also like my favorite map is coming up now. It's Halfpipe. I said that a lot of times. I mean, it was really my favorite map. I was a bit sad that I have not seen it in Step 4, but hey, we've seen it 3 map rotations, if I recall it correctly. And yeah, it's also a very, very cool map with a lot of speed checks. So this really reminds me of the Season 1 a bit, where we had a lot of speed checks as well. And then also this next part here on the dirt, where they really want to hold your gear. You want to stay in the upper gear in order to not get a gear down, and to stay, of course, over 220 kilometers per hour to clear that speed check. And then also now, the dirt part can gain you so much, and I think we can, like, people see risking like crazy. Of course, this part here as well, where Pack went for a nose slide, and then the identity, you want to stay as low as possible, and really want to hold your speed. So I really like that map. It's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Also, the identity is nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's high precision in high pressure situations, but I think it's something that even a beginner can technically figure out. I think it's a pretty good map as well.
Yeah, really liking it. And now we have the third map, the map you were talking about. Not like that, but I mean a little bit of the opposite, let's say like that. It is Paradise. Map that where we have seen, I think it was map 5 or 6 on one. Yeah, of course it was one of those maps. But we've seen Afi and Gwen just taking different routes throughout the competition. Do you think that things like that will happen today as well? That people have figured out something new?
I mean, what's for sure is that they have practiced a lot. So if the lines that differentiate pay off, they will for sure go for it. Otherwise, I believe they might default back to what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, maybe even on some other maps, maybe we see different techniques on, yeah, let's just say, I don't know, Starglide maybe for the ending, who knows, or circles, I don't know. There are so many things that can happen here. But yeah, I mean, on this map, this part here really is decisive, because you want to hold your gear there, or you want to stay in the upper gear, so you want to stay above 200 kilometers per hour. I think Pack might, or did it quite good there. So you really get a lot of speed from that. And then also the identity here, where you can either go for the 270 flip or for the full up approach. I think he's doing it, no, he's doing 270 in both. And you also want to, of course, you can control your car with your brake there. So that is map number 3. Map number 4 is none other than also a very, very cool map, Starglide. Which Pack has won already, and also this identity, you can risk it so much here, sweetie.
Definitely, it's a great map. I mean, was it against Massa that you won it?
Yeah,
I can't remember correctly. Yeah. It just shows the speed difference if you do it properly. It's just insane. So a great map. In this format, depends. I cannot predict, but I think we'll see some good rounds in this one.
Yeah, I mean, the identity is so important. The map really favors, I would say, Tech the most. And of course, all the other tech drivers like Spam and Carl Jr., who are really experiencing that, because this map is mainly Tech. You can just see that also the beginning. And then also this freewheel turn where we want to get a lot of speed. And then we go into this identity, and here we're naming it. It is super important to get your speed, to get the so-called zoop, the speed, so that you glide into the CP. And I think Pack did it very well onto this part here. Now, not really quite. He didn't really get too much speed, but when he was betting against Massa, he got a lot of speed. So this is map number 4. Also, yeah, a very cool map. I think they really picked good maps. And then as the last map, we have none other than a map called Semiramis, if I recall it correctly. Yes, that's the last map. And we have seen this track on the last step as well.
It's another interesting map. Also dirt heavy map, so who knows, Papu, if he can benefit from it, we will see.
Yeah, maybe a pick for him as the first map, but we're gonna go into the format later because this could be all a little bit puzzling. But we have seen a lot of close fights there. It was the last map on step 6, so players had not, like, they have this map in their minds, and of course they have practiced it too much. But let's take Halfpipe. They know Halfpipe for like 2 or 3 months already, and this map is rather new. But also an identity where you can really push it. So not identities where you can completely die or anything. And yeah, maybe you remember this comeback from Granadi, who was on P13 and all of a sudden it's on the OGL, and all of a sudden he was on top 8 in 1 round. So that was crazy.
It's quite insane what those identities and those maps in general can do. Like, they can shuffle the field so hard. We also saw it with forgot the name, Dune, I think, with the triple backslide on the dirt. Everything can happen in that identity, so you're never safe, basically.
Yeah, so Sand Dune is a very, very cool map also, or Dune. I know it's only called Dune. Also, the very techy. I thought that this map could have been picked as well. But I'm gonna straightly head into my top 4 prediction, because I know we're gonna go into the format later. But, so for my 4th position, I think that Carl Jr. will go into P4, and then also Gwen, so that they will go out, and then Afi and Pack will just battle that out here for that 1st position, and that Pack will eventually take it, because I think that Afi is very, very highly underestimated and a player that can really push it, and that's why I put him in the P2, just not as my wildcard but as my risky bet. I think that Pack, Gwen and Carl Jr. will definitely come into the top 4, but who's taking which position, it really depends, you know. But Pack on a good day is almost unbeatable, as we have seen in various other competitions. So what is your top 4 actually, Speedy? Do you have any prediction?
My top 4 has the same players in a different order.
Ah, cool.
I mean, for me, obviously Pack, the homeboy, is number 1. As you said, on a good day, he's unbeatable. It's just facts.
Yeah.
For me, I don't see Afi in 2nd place, but I see Gwen in 2nd place, simply by how he performs. Like, he performs out of his mind lately, and it's just insane to watch. And I mean, he's only like 16, so having these nerves, these competitions it's astonishing.
Yeah, it's really astonishing,
to say the least. Then in 3rd place, I see the favorite, Carl Jr. I mean, he has the experience. He's calm in this. But I kind of feel like Gwen has the edge on him, if I can say it like that. And then I feel Afi in 4th. Afi is definitely a surprise of the tournament.
Yeah, indeed.
Hands down. But I think that for him, nerves could play a factor.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the biggest tournament he played in the grand final so far, so who knows? He can also get first in the end with the format that we have right now. But currently, I think with nerves counted in and players he has to face off, 4th place, great results for him.
Yeah, I think so as well. And I mean, really surprisingly that both of us have 2 OGL players in the top 4 of the whole season. So that really shows that Afi and Gwen were really like favorites of going into the Grand League in general. But also, like, they are one of the best players, and I think most people didn't expect that from Afi. So your bet seems more polished than that. But concerning the format, I think that everything can happen, and maybe my bet will strike. Maybe it will strike, you know? You said it already. It can be either, like, Gwen or Carl Jr. in the final, but at the end of the day, it could also be Afi, you know? Because this format is so wild. And maybe we should go a little bit into the explanation. So may you want to explain the first step or the first phase of the final mode, so-called?
So the format is, I described it jokingly as Russian roulette. So each player starts with 0 points. Person that wins a round will receive a point and enters the finalist mode. And if that person wins another round, so a classic finalist mode in Trackmania, advances to the next round. As I understand, only the top 6 advances in the first round out of 8 players, and then we continue on with the next. How is it? 4 and then 2 and so on.
Yeah, and the most important thing here is that there's a pick and not a ban fest, but a pick phase. So we have, as you see, we have 5 maps that can be picked, and if we have the first round now, we have, let's say, we have 8 players, right? 8 players. So let's say every player wins a different round. So we have 8 rounds on the first 3 maps. Then we have another round where someone is going through, and then we have 5 more rounds. So it means that there will be 14 rounds at max, you know? There will be a maximum of 14 rounds in the first round, because every map will be played 3 times, and the player who got 4th in the total standing, so it was Papu, if I recall it correctly, can pick the map. So Papu is the one who can pick the first map, and then we have Pack picking the second map, Kaujina picking map number 3, and Grand picking map number 4. And this will only change in the final 6 phase, which is after that the first person is picking the first map, and then the second person is picking the second map, and so on. So it's a bit weird, but we're gonna go into this explanation. It's a wild format, as you said, and I've also mentioned that in the podcast with Scotty, that it's, yeah, you know, everything can happen, you know? Everything can happen, and it will be wild, and yeah, something we have not seen, and I'm really, really excited about that.
I mean, you have to also keep in mind we have a top 4 prediction, but what can also happen is that none of our 4 players is actually the top 4 in the end,
Yeah.
and everything is different, so it's really wild. It's something I've never seen before in such a professional environment, so I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. And it could also be, let's say, I don't know, maybe Spam is going as the last person, you know, into the final 6 round, you know? But Spam could just clean sweep through, win 4 rounds, and like in the final 6 and the final 4, and then just be in the final, you know? You don't get punished for being 6th and going through, you know? You're not getting into the loser bracket or anything like that. So there's only one round that could really decide it all. And this is really interesting to see, because the pressure, as you've also mentioned it, will be just on a different level, you know? It will be super hard, even for someone like Kojina, to cope with the pressure. Really, really hard.
Definitely. Also, the mental game is insane.
Yeah.
Lose a finalist mode and you're completely out of it, if you're not mentally prepared for it.
Yeah, you need to really get the momentum with you. That's really important. But easier said than done. We have still 10 more minutes, so if you guys have any questions in the chat, make sure to ask them. And yeah, let's actually speak about the players we have not voted for, by the name of Spam, Papu, Aurel, and Kappa. So we have not spoken about them. What do you think about them? Can they make it also happen, like to win it? Or do you think that they will just be like, you know, unlucky or just worse or anything like that?
I mean, starting off with Kappa, in the group stage it felt like he only did a 1-map tactic in the end, which sounds kind of unfair to say, but it kind of felt like it. He can definitely keep and work with the pressure. I mean, he won a lot of tournaments recently, so he knows how to deal with it. How he performs on these maps, we have to see. He's definitely a contestant for the top. For Aurel, I mean, he had a tough group stage.
Yes.
He lost a lot of points. Was he the person with the most lost points, I think?
Yeah, Bren as well, but it was Aurel at the top. So both of them, yeah.
Definitely rough, but great that he actually qualified at the end. Good for him. He's also definitely somebody that can contest the top. Maybe not as much as the top 4 that we predicted, but he's a wildcard in my eyes.
Yeah.
Also Spam. I mean, Spam is a world champion. He knows how to handle pressure. he's a consistent player. He can risk if he has to. In the group stage, he didn't surprise me as much as I expected him to, but I mean, he qualified in the end, so he definitely deserves it. I'm not sure if he can beat the top 4 that we predicted, but if he does, that still deserved. He's just a good player. And who did we forget? Papu, the Dirt Master. I mean, how can I predict him? I mean, he's insanely good. He knows how to cope with pressure. I mean, it goes for everybody in the top 8, aside from maybe Afi. But, I mean, he can surprise me. He could actually win it all as well. He has the pace, and I mean, he has super strong steps as well.
Yeah, I think Papu...
So,
yeah. Sorry.
So he's definitely somebody to look out for. To not underestimate.
Yeah, I definitely am on your side. Kappa was really a player that disappointed me a little bit, and he didn't really like bring the results that I was looking for. But the same was like in season 1 or in the beta season it was, where he won it eventually, you know. And
definitely is.
I think that he can make it happen, but beating those players and this pace will be super hard for him because he played rather consistently. But I think of course he practiced a lot, and I'm interested to see if he can like hold up with the pace, because I think Kappa, for me at least, some people say that he is the fastest player or one of the fastest players out there, but I'm not sure. He seemed to struggle a little bit with the new game concerning the ice and everything. And yeah, so I'm not sure if he can like keep it up, because he didn't really show that he is one of the fastest, you know. And
definitely.
And then also Aurel is a player. Really happy that he's here. I also had a talk in my chat with him. Really cool to see that. And also he's a wild card, as well as Spam and also Papu. So I think that actually Kappa will go out first. I don't know why, that's just my gut feeling. But yeah, we will see. He can surprise me. Every player here, of course, is here for a reason, you know. They are super damn fast. So seeing those players performing it onto another level, and just say, you know, in between hundreds of a second in this ending, because everyone will risk it like crazy. Yeah, it's just unbelievable to see. And yeah, I mean, Aurel is good coping pressure. Then also Spam, of course, 2012 world champion, you named it. And yeah, Papu is really the wild card. He can do a lot of things, but I think he really disappointed in the actual group stage.
Yeah, definitely. I think the whole group stage was kind of a disappointment from a lot of players. I mean, also the people that did not qualify, like Bren, were disappointed with Mars, like underperforming heavily, maybe being punished by the maps.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. So it's kind of weird. We also, as I said, for Kappa, we noticed a lot of one-map strategies to keep the points in the end and so on. So it was a weird group stage in the end, but I think the people that made it to the playoffs right now deserve it. Hands down.
Yeah, I
also
mean,
super happy for Afi again that he made it.
Yeah, I think I'm the happiest for him. It was, I mean, he could have been second. He lost his points on the last step. So you have to consider that. And then also, who I'm really, yeah, like not unhappy for, but who could really like change it all here is Scrappy and Massa, of course. They're super fast time attack players. But now with the format here, actually, we didn't explain that they have to play a 2-lapper, you know? You have to play 2 laps, and then you enter the finals mode if you win it, of course. So it will be a format that we're also gonna explain throughout the happening. But yeah, it is simpler than like explaining, then you have to see it. I think it's easier to like just see it in action, you know?
Yeah, that's something, it describes the whole TMGL pretty well. It's easier to see than to explain any of the rules.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested to see if this format will actually work out, because they said like we will see. It feels like a test again, but it is cool to see something new, you know? It's really cool. But I mean, in cup mode, for example, like Pack made that small mistake. In cup mode, it wouldn't really matter too much because you have plenty of attempts, but in one round here it really matters. It really is important that you survive. And I think this format is very lucky or luck based. If you get a good round or someone makes a mistake or blah blah blah, you know? And in cup mode you don't have that.
Kinda intrigued on what actually the players' feedback was on this format, because if I recall correctly, a tweet from Carl Jr. today, he was saying that this is not really prestigious, which was kind of surprising to me. So I feel like even the players don't really like the format too much, but we'll have to see how it plays out in the end.
I mean, some player will definitely like it, and it's the player who wins it, right? So
definitely.
But also they can give their feedback, and then we're gonna check if the next playoff phase will be done like that, or will be done like the Trackmania World Cup, which will be in, I think half a year or something like that. I think April, May it is, just after the 3rd season. But yeah, gonna check. We still have 5 more minutes, and yeah, let's try to briefly summarize the format again. So it is a 2-lapper that people are playing. We play 5 maps, but map number 5 will be the last one that is over, and players can pick a map. So the 4th player in the season, so it was Papu, can pick map number 1. The 3rd player, so Pack, will pick map number 2. 2nd will pick map number 3, and 1st will pick the last map, and then we have one more map theoretically, because there can be a total of 14 rounds, and each map will be played in 3 rounds. So what happens here? All the 8 players will play a 2-lapper, so 2 laps on this track against each other, but only the first person is getting a point. And if you get 1 point, you are finalist, and you need to win 1 more round in order to advance into the next round. The bottom 2 is out, and this goes on until the final. In the final, we have a best of 5, and the server died. Hello?
Yes, the server has indeed died.
Yeah, and in the final, we have a best of 5, where we have like this finalist mode again. So we have a maximum of 3 rounds. So it's a best of 5, and on each map will be played a best of 3. I think this makes sense, but it's hard to understand, right?
I think we should explain it again as soon as we reach that stage, because I think we lost some viewers already by the explanation of the rules.
Yeah.
Which are, no shame, those are really complex rules to understand, but as you play along, you will understand and get the gist of it.
Yeah, indeed. So 3 minutes to go, and we are dead with the server. Let's just see here the... Okay, we have already the picks here. So we have Paradice, picked by Papu. Then Semiramis by Pack. Starglide by Carl Jr. Gwen has picked Circles, and Halfpipe will be the decider as the last map. Okay, so Paradise is the first map, picked by Papu. And you've sent me a screenshot there. Saying that Pack wanted to pick... Wait, where is it? Where's the screenshot? Oh no, it's here. Daniel has sent me the screenshot. So he wanted to pick Paradise. So it's really good because we see Paradise as Papu's pick, and then Pack is picking his map. So it really favors him because he wanted to pick this map, right? And now it's the first one.
I believe so, yes. Currently not sure from the back of my head.
But yeah, really...
But it's definitely interesting to have Paradise out as the first map. As I said, it's probably the most random one, simply due to the identity, so it's good to have it gone.
I mean, it will be played, right? Paradise will be played, yeah. So yeah, let's see. I mean,
so having it out of the way is, I think, good for all the players.
Ah, I see what you mean now. So that the randomness won't affect them in like map number 2 or like 1 onwards. I see. Okay.
Like as in the steps when Paradise, for example, was the last map where you could lose all your points. People didn't like that because the map, I don't want to say it was bad. It's just not as consistent of a map. And stuff can happen, and we want to minimize the randomness, especially in the grand final.
Yeah, indeed.
Have it a skill based, not, as I said, a Russian roulette in the end.
Yeah, and that's the issue. But hey, we're gonna see it in a minute as we will start. I think in just a matter of time, because we have only 1 minute left, and then we're gonna start. So Scotty, yeah, said it's cheap excitement that is going on, but I think, yeah, I mean, eventually the best player is going to win, but he can also be very unlucky in one round. So we're gonna see how the format will develop here, because we haven't seen this one in live action, as the top players are performing on that. But I'm really looking forward, actually. I'm really looking forward, and hopefully Pack will go through very, very quickly.
I mean, I can also see where Scott is coming from with that argument, because when I first saw this format, I was sitting there and was like, this is weird. And I think the fact that when you win a round, you enter finalist mode and you cannot lose that finalist mode anymore makes this really short. So as you said, cheap excitement, make it quick, be done with it.
Yeah.
I think if you could lose your finalist status again, if you, for example, are in the bottom 50%, then this would add another factor. It would obviously make the whole match substantially longer.
Yes.
But it would add some spiciness on top, you know? Some TMGL flavor, if you will.
Yeah, but I mean, we could sit here till Christmas, but what I want to stress out is here that Pack's line through these freewheeling is so good. And actually, Pack is going for this approach here, so he's going for something different. So he looks well prepared on this one. And yeah, really interesting to see how he's performing there. But yeah, indeed, I mean, it was just a very, very fitting phrase for the description here. Because yeah, you can be done in 5 minutes and just move into the next round, right?
Definitely. I mean, the first player to enter finalist mode, we could make a bet out of that one.
Okay, let's make a bet out of that one. Okay, that's actually a nice thing. That's a good thing. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna go with Carl Jr. Yeah.
Paradice. Who was good on Paradice? I believe Pack was always in the top there.
Yeah, and then also
Carl Jr. sounds like a good bet. Who I would love to see is Afi.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but we are starting actually now. It's something different. We're gonna start here with Paradice as the first map picked by Papu, and also a favorite map from Pack, who we are of course all cheering for. And there's a warm-up of 1:30, and then we're gonna go live. We have made a side bet, so-called, and I said that Carl Jr. is gonna win the first round, and yeah, he's actually starting late. And you said that Afi it is, right?
Yep. That would be the open of dreams, if you can say it like that.
Indeed.
And I mean, in the warm-up, it's already looking pretty good.
Yeah, Afi is in first, indeed. And then we have Kappa and Papu. Afi jumping. Oh my god, what a line. Look at this fight. Oh my Jesus. I'm following Pack right now. But, yo, this is sick. This is sick, man.
I also seen Kappa having a little teleport moment there. I actually hope that server-wise and connection-wise, everything will be fine today.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, there's only 8 players, but things like that can happen, as we have seen also with Bren at the Zerator Cup. Maybe you remember it. He was teleporting.
I mean, in the last couple of days, I've seen a lot of clips of people having teleports all over the map. Today, in the qualifiers for competition premiership, there was some moments. The netcode is definitely not the most stable.
Yeah, indeed. I'm not sure what's causing that, but yeah.
I'm not sure if anybody knows, but I can guarantee if it affects today, it's gonna be a lot of drama.
Yeah, indeed. So, but let's not focus on the netcode. Let's focus on the players here, as Pack actually won the first, or the warm-up, so-called. And I know that Spam didn't really like that map when I watched his stream. But yeah, we have the first round now. We have 2 lappers, so it's 2 laps that have to be played, and it's the final mode. So it means that if you win a round, you get finalist mode attached to your name, and then you have to win 1 more round in order to get yourself into the next round. Only top 6 will go through, and we have Pack with a good start here. Going into the lead, has a little bit more speed there, but also Aurel. But look at this fight. Every player in between 0.15 of a second. What is happening? That is such a close battle here. Oh my god. I think the identity will decide it here, all Speedy.
It will definitely. This is insane.
Oh my god, it is Pack versus Kappa here for that first position. Then we have Gwen, Aurel, and then now our side bets are in 5th and 6th position. So, yeah, what a great fight here as Pack has a good amount of speed, but also Kappa went for the release here. And, yeah, going into that first freewheel section, which is really hard to do as first and second. Spam has made that first mistake. Papu is 0.23 behind. What a close battle here for the first position. Papu with a mistake, and then also Bren. Pack has, I think, a lot of speed here to go to work with, but it's Carl Jr. and Afi all of a sudden in first and second. But don't say that without Pack. Going to that first identity, we have Pack in first now with a lot of speed. Look at that. Pack just pressing B for boost here. Carl Jr. behind him. But still, there is one more lap to go as Pack goes. Oh my god, that was so risky. But look at this speed from Pack. 126.97. What a great lap. Carl Jr. is lurking in the shadow. But it could be Pack getting himself the first point to his name. Wow, what a close turn there. Jesus.
You can tell the pressure is on by all the mistakes that were made in the tight parts there. Like, wow, what an opener lap.
Yeah, indeed, it's super crazy. But I mean, we've only seen not Pack making a mistake. Carl Jr., of course, the identity was also not optimal, but compared towards Pack, it was not well, you know. But every player in the bottom, like in the bottom 5 positions, they are risking it completely because they have nothing to lose. And it could be Pack here who could take it. There is one more identity to go, but yeah, it's also the pressure a bit. I mean, it's the first round. And having the momentum here. Oh my god, what is Pack doing? Let's follow actually Pack here for that last identity. Jesus, Pack, what are you doing? That was so close, Speedy.
Now he's just showing off a bit, I think. But I believe he will be pretty safe in these identities now, because if he risks it and crashes here, he would just feel stupid.
Yeah, and Pack will indeed. Only one more turn to go, and Pack will get himself the first point. That is good, and Pack will advance into the finals mode already. That is a great performance by Pack, 0.65 ahead. But look how many mistakes have happened in this round.
It's insane. I mean, it just tells you how much pressure there is, because they have to go for it. Yeah. There's no risk.
Yeah.
And also, I believe Pack has some... Ah, yeah, it says finalist on the side.
And his name is red, you can see. If you have the red name, just so that you can clearly see who's finalist or not. Maybe.
That's very cool.
Oh my god, Pack went so close again. Yeah, that's actually very cool to see here. As we've seen, no one really falling majorly behind. It is Kappa, okay, 0.15, but hey, you know, Afi again with such a risky jump, and it is Spam again with the first mistake here of the round. So Spam is completely dead. But I mean, if all stars align, it could be Spam winning this round. But this is the like down factor of this format, that Spam kind of feel it's useless driving. You know, of course he can practice for the last round, but he won't play a role here. As we see on the other side, Gwen making as well a mistake. Oof, and also dropping behind, so we only have 6 players remaining.
Also, I mean, Pack is again dominating this round. This is great news for us, but...
Aurel and Papu. No, wait, it was Papu and Afi, right? Yes.
I think it was Papu and Afi, yes.
Yeah, I thought it was Aurel. But yeah, a lot of mistakes have happened, and Aurel will go for the attack, has more speed. And now we have the top 3 here. Aurel and Carl Jr. with a mistake, and also Kappa completely dying here. What is happening, Speedy?
Everything is happening. Where's Aurel? I lost track of him.
Yeah, there he's in second, but he was the only player with Pack who didn't die, and Pack could go for the clean sweep here. He's 0.7 ahead, and he could... Oh my god, Pack, what are you doing?
Well, what's happening? This is... I mean, it's great to see, but what's happening with the other guys?
Yeah, I mean, only Aurel didn't make a mistake, but other than that, everyone has made a mistake, and Carl Jr. is 11 seconds behind, Kappa 9 seconds, Spam 9 seconds, Afi 3, and then we have Gwen and Papu who somehow survived after some mistakes. But yeah, Aurel has definitely to push it here. He's 0.8 away from Pack, and Pack could use his first finals attempt. It's weird to say that because we're only in for the cast for 5 minutes. But yeah, Pack with the clean sweep in this first round. It could be the possibility for him, but he still has 2 important parts to do here. And it's this part where you want to hold your upper gear. Goes for the inside approach there. Maybe he's saving it a bit. But yes, he gets the upper speed with more than 200 speed. And then we have Aurel, who's not really getting too much speed out of that. So he will slightly lose time here. And Pack is extending his lead to 1.2 seconds, and he has only one more identity to go. Pack is looking good, and Pack could qualify already to the next round after just 2 rounds.
Wow.
What a crazy performance. Well played, Pack.
Wow. Okay, I mean, that was quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
GG. So Pack is through into the top 6, and this is like a bit like the Hugo as in the other tournament that I've seen. But of course, we still have one more round. So Pack is the winner, and we still have 5 more spots to go for, and that will qualify into the next round. So who should we cheering for? Who's our side bet in this round? It's definitely not Aurel, because he has made a mistake.
I mean, everybody was making mistakes. It's really hard to tell. I mean, Afi again is doing this risky line here.
Yeah. Also Spam jumped super far to the right there. So yeah, now Pack
Actually,
is...
let's watch Spam, because he was not doing too well.
Yeah, let's watch Spam. That's a good idea. Let's go with Spam here. He's right now in the top 4. Papu and Gwen are in the lead. Gwen with a good line there, but Papu went a little bit more inside, so he got it better. But still a close fight here in this section. So of course mistakes have happened. Aurel is 0.6 behind, but with one good identity, he could make it happen, and he has shown us in the prior round that he is doing that one fantastic. But also Spam here, look at that, goes for the inside approach, gets a good amount of speed here and goes over to the first position. Gwen had to readjust his line, but yeah, it is Papu versus Spam here for P1. Spam with such an aggressive line there. Let's see. So yeah, maybe the caster Bless is kicking in here as Spam is still in the lead.
Spam's engine killer part was insane. Oh my god, Papu.
Oh. Rip. So
this is reminiscence of when Massa failed to finish on this Cyclone map.
Indeed.
Oh.
And Kaujina went for that inside approach there. So it's Kaujina versus Spam here. So we have 2 world champions here, the 1-time and the 3-time world champion here, battling it out. And Spam jumping super far to the right again. And yeah, so that's a super important round for Spam here, because he's definitely one of the underdogs. But on the other hand, it is Kaujina who has to deliver. He's one of the persons who is considered as one of the best players, but Spam is really giving him no room to breathe here. But Kaujina goes into the lead, but it's only 300th of a second. Spam with a good amount of speed going to that section, and you named it. Spam's free wheel section was super good. Also here, he really didn't drift in this loop or in this corkscrew and gets himself a lot of speed. Spam, what a risky line was that? Oh my god, Spam, what are you doing?
Insane.
Oh my god. What was that? Okay, so one more identity to go. It is Kaujina behind. Kaujina goes for the attack, has more speed, but Spam gets it better. One more turn to go, and it is Kaujina a little bit behind, but goes for the attack.
Oh.
It isn't enough. No, it is Spam winning. What?
Wow. That was a great fight and a half.
Oh man.
Wow.
So Spam and finalist, and no Cole Jr., no Gwen, no Papu getting themselves a point. What?
And don't forget, Spam, the first 2 rounds, Spam was nowhere near finishing
Indeed.
first. And now he's finalist.
Yes, you're right. You're definitely right with that. So you could have seen Spam in this freewheel section. I don't know if we could like put one, I don't know, piece of paper in between, but that was such a risky line. And yeah, now we have the next map, which will be played, and that's actually that's the pick by Pack, and he's not playing it.
I think this was part of his plan.
Yeah, of course. Okay, it was picked by Pack, as I've mentioned, and it's Semiramis, so a crazy map as well. And I think this map could actually favor Papu and also Afi, because they are very good dirt players.
Definitely. Also, Spam. I mean, Spam is not mainly a dirt player, but he played a lot of dirt maps.
Yeah.
Also, especially in the last iteration of Trackmania 2. So he could definitely contest here, but I think there's a much more open map as for who can win this one.
Yeah, and also like the factor that you have a lot of jump drifts, let's say it like that, where you can really push it. You can see you don't initiate the drift by yourself that much. You jump into it and then you're gonna hold it or something like that, you know? So this map is very speedy. Again, don't at me for that pun, but you know, you can really push it here. And also risky lines are rewarded, but of course you can't lose it all with a risky line. As we see different approaches going to this identity. So also really interesting to see how players will approach this one. They're gonna go for the smooth landing, or what are they going for? But Kappa looks very strong here in the warm-up, Speedy.
Definitely. I think it's also a map that fits the style of Kappa aside from the dirt part. It's high precision, which is kind of odd to say for a keyboard player that precision fits them, but he kind of makes it work. I stopped questioning it because he's just so good with it. So, yeah. I'm wondering if Spam can close it out on this one.
Yeah, and exactly. I mean, he's finalist now. He knows that he can risk it. He has plenty of attempts to work with. That is really momentum boost for him. Because let's say he doesn't win it on this track. He still knows that he has plenty of finalist attempts. Of course, you know that you have to win it eventually. But, you know, it is a little bit of a relief when you win one round. And we can see Papu falling a bit behind, and also Kappa. And then we have Gwen, Afi, Aurel. No, actually, Afi,
Spam is already dead.
Yeah, Spam is dead. And I think at this point, and Kappa as well. Well, I would probably practice some parts I don't really know that much.
Afi has touched as well while he was leading, which is quite a far break.
Aurel as well with a different line, actually. I thought he made a mistake. But yeah, it's the battle between Gwen, Aurel, and Carl Jr. And then we have Papu behind. So all the non-French... Okay, Afi is a French-speaking player as well. But the top 4 is French right now. So let's see. Papu with a very aggressive landing there to the left.
Wow.
So that was something interesting. But he didn't get a smooth landing. But this could be something for the last lap, actually. That you get a little bit more speed with that. But yeah, Aurel is in the lead ahead of Gwen. So let's follow this battle, Speedy.
It's also something worth noting that Aurel was actually an underdog, and now he could potentially enter the finalist mode.
Yeah.
And I mean, we didn't predict him in the top 4 either, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, also Spam that he has won, that was a really, like, upset, because it was Spam versus Carl Jr., and now it's Aurel against Gwen for that first position, and the favorite is behind. So those quote-unquote underdog, it's weird to say that Aurel is an underdog because he's such a good player, but look at the Gwen line! Oh my god, Gwen, what are you doing? We have the last part coming up here, and Gwen is going over to the lead with such aggressive line. So let's follow Aurel here. Gathers a little bit more speed, but gets airtime there. Has clipped it, and Gwen is in the lead. So Gwen could take it all here, but it is Aurel still only 0.18, 0.28 away. So let's see who will get this ending the best. It is Gwen going super far inside. Aurel with more speed. Can Aurel take it? Aurel will overtake Gwen. What?
Wow.
And also Carl Jr. Oh my god, Aurel.
So we can note that the line that Papu was taking is definitely not the way to go. Wow. What a finish.
Oh my god, what a back and forth. And it's, again, as Scotty has said it, it's cheap excitement. But it's so nice to see that, actually. It's so nice to see that. And now it is Aurel and finalist. And also Spam. So they could close it out. But we can also get more finalists here in this round. We have neither Gwen nor Carl Jr. being in finalists. And also Afi, or a like kind of secret pick here, has also not granted himself a finalist mode either. Now we have Papu.
Carl Jr. has dropped down.
Papu and Gwen in the lead. And yeah, let's actually check out Carl Jr. here. Yeah, he's 1.2 seconds behind. So this is a gap that he really has to clear. And then also Spam in the meantime is half a second behind. And the other 5 remaining players are battling it out. Aurel lurking a bit in the shadow. Goes for an outside approach here again for a lot of speed. And yeah, what a great fight for that top 4 we have here.
It's insane how close those battles are.
And also Gwen jumping so far, and I think he has not a good amount of speed here. But Papu, yes, going for his line again. And Aurel really has to... yeah, I'm not praising him again.
Oh, sure. It's a
Oh,
line.
Gwen! Gwen with a mistake! Oh, so many mistakes. And now Papu versus Kappa. So two non-finalists are betting it out here. Kappa with a lot of speed in this third section. Coming closer to Papu. Papu with the extra wriggle, but didn't get a good apex here in this turn. So Kappa will go over into the lead. This could be, as you've mentioned, it is a good map for Kappa. So he could get himself the finalist mode. And this is good news for him. But, dude, what is happening? Every player except like Gwen, Cole Jr. and Afi are like close to the finalist mode, as we see Kappa making a small mistake, and this means that Papu will actually overtake. Have not captured what happened to Kappa there, but Papu will most likely get himself the finalist mode here. Okay.
I mean, again, Papu will have his weird line, so let's see how Kappa is doing this end.
Yeah, let's see. Kappa jumping too far and had to risk it, and now Papu could take it. Or is it Gwen? No, it's not enough here, and Papu will get himself the first point and therefore the finalist mode. But I've not captured what happened to Kappa there. I've not captured that, and yeah, he went for the DNF there. And now we have 3 finalists going into the last round here. No, wait, actually, no, there's one more round. Okay, yeah, there was spam, of course. We're going to the last round. Will we have a winner this round? What do you think, Speedy?
I mean, seeing what's going on right now, it's really hard to predict.
Indeed.
I hope not. I want to stretch this out as much as we can. But, I mean, also with Gwen. Gwen has the pace and he was always on the top. He just made some small mistakes which cost him dearly.
Yeah.
So I hope to see Gwen and Carl go up to finalist mode at least. So I want to stretch this.
Yeah, till map 5.
Make it last the whole night. I don't care. Just stretch this out.
Yeah. Cheap excitement here. So Afi has dropped a bit behind, and then we have actually 2 red names in this top 4 battle, with Papu, who has won the round beforehand, and also Aurel, who opts for that interesting approach here. So look at the speed here, but also the risky line from Gwen. Papu with the airtime. Oh, that's not good. This has happened to Aurel here in the first round. That was not good. But what a different approaches here from Kappa and Gwen. Look at Kappa pressing B for boost, but jumping too far outside there. So Gwen will go over into the lead yet again. Kappa with a better approach there in this section though. But it's still nothing called here. Gwen is still 0.2 ahead. Then we have Aurel making a mistake. They're touching the outside the decoration there, and he will instantly drop down to second last. And it's a battle now here. We have a battle here between 5 players for that first position, Speedy.
And one of them is a finalist in the form of Spam, but currently Gwen and Kappa are holding the places quite well there. So nice to make a mistake in this turn here, which they did not.
Afi is dead.
That's a heartbreak for Afi, but again, Gwen and Kappa are still keeping the lead quite comfortably, so I mean, Carl Jr. is now coming closer.
Yeah.
Gee, this is a real close fight now.
Yeah, let's go for this battle here. We have the last identity, Kappa, with a more outside approach. So he will have a little bit better, has a little bit more speed, but we've seen different identity jumps here between both of them. Gwen jumps super far to the left there. Wow. And Kappa with a lot of speed. Let's see the ending. Kappa with a lot of speed. Who will take that? Oh my god. I think Kappa has more speed. Oh my god. But it will be Gwen. Just 0.3 of a second ahead of Kappa. What a great fight. So we have 4 finalists going into the next map. Oh my god. So Pack is sitting there right now and thinks, yo, when will this continue?
This is actually also a big factor you have to think of, because Pack was really warmed up, he was in the groove, then he sits there, has to wait for, I don't know, half an hour to continue playing. It can play with your mind and your performance a bit. Yeah. I hope it does not affect him, but it's something we have to keep in mind as well.
Yeah, I mean, but Pack could like just chill, you know, and I mean, yeah, it is either way, but now he is definitely not warmed up, because he is on the server and he cannot play, you know? He's just sitting there and waiting.
He's not even allowed to play the warm-up, which is kind of ridiculous, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
So now we have the map picked by Carl Jr., who has not won a round so far. It is Starglide. And yeah, we have seen some crazy fights on this track throughout the whole season. But we have 4 finalists now, 3 players who haven't won a round so far, so you can really see the battle is super high. And we have players by the name of Kappa and Carl Jr. who are somewhat close. But Afi, you can really see that he's maybe not that good of coping the pressure that well.
Definitely, and with the pressure you get from this format, which is risk it for the biscuit or starve,
Yeah.
it's just another factor of pressure. It's already pressure enough to play against those players. I mean, those are after all the best players in the game.
Yes.
But in this format, this maps, this identities, all in all, it's just insane.
Yeah, this identity can decide so much here. As we see Kappa and Papu doing it very, very well. So they look very, very, yeah, trained, let's say like that. And Papu gets himself a lot of speed here. Look at that. Oh my god, Papu, what are you doing here? So I think Papu has actually the shot here of just qualifying himself in the first round. So I'm gonna go that Papu will win the first round here.
I mean, as I said, I want to stretch it out as much as possible, so I hope Carl Jr. can get himself into finalists.
Fair. And then also we have Afi and Kappa who have not won a round so far, but Kappa was very close in the round beforehand. Oh no, actually it was Carl Jr. I'm sorry. Carl Jr. was behind.
Oh, somebody made an early mistake. I believe it was Afi.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It was Afi, and now we have Afi. This will put a lot of pressure onto his shoulders because you know that he has to win a finalist mode eventually, because now it could be a player clocking it out. There's still 5 spots left, but everyone will eventually get finalist at some point if he makes small mistakes. But Kappa as well. So Afi and Kappa are there, and then we have only Carl Jr. against red names. So we have Spam, Gwen, and Papu, and this is this chance for Spam here to qualify himself into the next round. And also Carl Jr., who he has nothing to lose at this point. He has to deny them, but maybe he can also rely on risky lines, because all of them know that they can get a massive relief when they have qualified to the next round.
Definitely, but this identity can shake up everything, so let's see.
Oh,
All players are doing it pretty well. Let's exit.
Oh,
Wow.
Carl Jr. with the best amount of speed. Look at Aurel. Oh my god, Aurel with a lot of speed, but Papu is still in the lead. But now the top 4 is occupied by red players. So all of them are finalists, and they need a miracle and a half that they won't, or like Carl Jr. and Afi and also Kappa need a miracle to deny them that that one of them is the second player in the second round.
I mean, Papu currently... I think Aurel dropped down. I didn't see.
Aurel dropped down. He made a mistake.
But I think Papu is having a solid lead here. The dirt parts, again, he's pressing B for boost on all of them, it seems.
But yeah, the identity is so decisive, right?
Definitely. So, went with a bad exit there. Let's Spam overtake him as well.
Yeah, Spam has nothing to lose, and he can risk it super much. And will it be Papu or Spam? Will my side bet be correct? But it is Spam, like pushing it so much, has more speed, and this last identity will decide it. Gwen is also there. Who will get the most amount of speed in this ending? We have the first jump. Now we have the second jump. It is Papu getting himself a lot of speed, and also Gwen. Spam is a little bit further behind, but let's see who will get the most amount of speed. It is Papu and also Gwen. Let's see. Gwen is not. It is not enough, or is it? Is it enough for Gwen? It doesn't seem like it. It is Papu as the second player in the second round.
Was a great ending again. Papu, he mastered this identity, it seems like.
Yep. He looks well prepared. Papu looks well prepared, and yeah, my side bet was correct there. And yeah, Papu is through, and he's the player who will accompany Pack, but we still have 4 more slots in the second round.
It's actually a case that we did not think of in the beginning, is that Carl Jr. might not win any rounds and be already eliminated.
Yes.
It would be kind of an upset.
Yeah, as well as Gwen, he's not through yet. It is Pack and Papu who are through, and 2 players of the 6 here who are fighting it out now, where only Aurel has stopped behind, they are out, but we have to decide, of course, who it is. Gwen with a beautiful start, Spam as well. Kappa, look at the speed from Kappa. Oh my god, he has not run around, and maybe he wants to take revenge here after very close rounds and very risky driving from Kappa, of course. He is now, has tasted the blood. Carl Jr. also, he has not won a round so far. We are on round number 8. And Call has not won a round. The interesting approach, he releases the gas there a bit in order to get himself a lot of speed. But he's not really getting too much speed from that, as you can see here. So Call has not really figured out this identity too much. Look how far behind he has fallen, as well as Spam.
And only Kappa is there to deny them. It's interesting, but he has a good lead, so he's not out of it.
Yeah, and he could deny Aurel here and also Gwen, who are behind. Good line here from Kappa going into the second lap. So we have one more identity to go. And Kappa is, of course, a very, very fast tech player. But on the other hand, we have Aurel, who is a very fast dirt player. And we can see that here from the line. He comes a bit closer, just a tiny bit, 0.9 of a second. But also good entry into this section. But Kappa gets himself a little bit more speed. Good approach here from Kappa. Gathers a lot of speed in this section. He will jump to Narnia again. Look at that. Oh my god, Kappa has so much speed there to work with. But we have one more identity to go. And Aurel also looked very strong here on this one. But Kappa has still the upper hand. Then we have Gwen behind 0.03 of a second. And then also Spam, who's 1 second behind. But it is not enough. Can Kappa deny either Aurel or Gwen the entry into the second round? Kappa still is in the lead. But he goes for the attack. Aurel goes for the attack. Who has more speed in this ending? Kappa does it super good. But Aurel as well. Gwen with more speed. But will it be Kappa who will deny both the victory and will grant himself the final status as well?
Wow. That was quite the ending. I thought Aurel had it there, but suddenly he lost all of his speed, which was unexpected to see.
Yeah, I thought so as well. I thought he had more speed. But yeah, now we have 4 finalists. And it is Afi and Cole Jr. who have not won a round so far. What?
I mean, weren't those also the 2 players that we bet on would win the first round?
Yes. Oh.
Did we curse them maybe?
A bit. Oh, Aurel with the first mistake, clipping the inside there. Luckily I was onto his camera perspective. And also Afi, you can really feel that he is like knowing what is going on. He knows the pressure. And makes a small mistake, but also Carl Jr. dropping a bit behind, so we have only red there, but Afi with a good amount of speed in this section goes super far outside there, but was able to stay alive, but still ever so slightly, so he will drop down to P5 again. Aurel won't have a saying here in this round, unless he gets insane identities, who knows, maybe he has some tricks in his chest, as we've all also know it from the Zerator Cup, or we have also seen it there. But yeah, going to this first identity, we have Carl Jr. in the lead.
That was actually a great comeback from Carl Jr. coming from, I think, 5th, all the way back to 1st. Overtaking Spam, who is now, I think, on his 5th attempt?
Yes.
Something like that. So, that also plays with your mind if you have so many attempts and fail them.
Yeah.
Let's see how they cope with it, but Carl Jr. he's performing great. Kappa is in hot pursuit though.
I mean, all the players are in hot pursuit, but yeah, I was talking about that beforehand. You kind of feel relief that you get like final status as the 3rd player, but you see like Papu has won. You see a lot of players get finalists, and you know that you have to make it happen soon, and then you're gonna like challenge yourself and maybe overthink things. But yeah, Spam is going into the 2nd position. Carl Jr. still with a comfortable lead over the 2 remaining players who have not majorly dropped behind. Aurel, DNF, Gwen 2 seconds behind, so they won't have a saying. Carl Jr. is majorly ahead, and he could be the next player who could win it here.
Definitely, and with the lead he has, I don't see him fail this at all.
So I can see...
Could obviously be the biggest jinx of the year now, but...
Oh, Spam with a mistake! He had to risk it there, but that was a costly mistake. And Carl Jr.'s identity didn't look too good. Look at that. Kappa is coming closer and closer here in this identity. Let's see how he's doing it. Not enough. 0.35. But who's getting the zoop? Who's getting more speed? Of course, we had seen Afi risking it there. But it is Carl Jr. eventually winning his first round here on, round number 9. So Carl Jr. getting himself the red name as well. So we only have Afi, who hasn't won a round so far. But this could actually be a... So we will definitely go into map number 5, if I recall that one correctly. Because we have only Afi who hasn't won it. And we still have 4 spots to go. And only 3 rounds on the next map. Which is... Circles, picked by Gwen.
And if we remember the last steps, one of Afi's best maps.
Yes, he was very good on this, indeed. So, comeback, question mark?
Hopefully, let's not jinx it, but I hope for him.
Yeah, I hope so as
to
well.
come back. I'm also super happy that the players were listening to me when I said stretch it out to the limit. because now we have this situation where anyone can win.
Yeah, anyone could take it, and yeah, the sheep excitement will come in. So it could be still Afi who could make it, but we could also see Carl Jr. and Gwen potentially don't want to force it here go out, you know.
I mean, we can already discuss who we think will go out, because from what we've seen so far, it's almost impossible to predict.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I could say like Afi looks a bit weaker than the other players, but on a good day, on a good map, he can just clutch it out here and just like demolish his opponents. So it's, you cannot say it really. You can't say it. And that's what I kind of like and hate about this format. It's like a hate-love for me.
It's definitely, as I said, it's Russian roulette. You hate it or you like it. I mean,
either you die or you are rich.
Essentially speaking, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, if the warm-up tells us anything, Afi's first, huge gap. Let's hope it happens like this also in the live round.
Oh Jesus, what is happening? So yeah, I mean, the last trend on the map was, so on the prior map, it was Starglide warm-up won by Papu, and he won the live round as well. So let's see. Match is starting here. Let's go with circles. And let's follow Afi here, because he has to deny all his opponents. That's also a factor for him. He knows that if a person wins besides him, they are through, you know? He hasn't won a map, but look at the start from Afi. Oh my god, what is he doing? What?
He delivered.
Oh my god, Afi. What was that start?
That was insane.
Yeah, there was something else there. We see Spam, however, with a good amount of speed. And Spam is the person from this pack that is in like the longest time in finalist mode. He was winning round number 3 after pack's demolition. Just winning every round when to start with. And he is up for a fight now. Of course, Spam also knows how to cope the pressure here, because he was keeping his points on this track. Maybe you remember it. It was map 6, and I think he was betting now with either Bren or Kappa here. But yeah, Spam definitely knows how to deal with this track. So we see Spam going to the lead. Afi falling a bit behind though, but different identities. Afi going for that lower approach, so he won't have that much speed compared to what Spam. But going into the multi-lab, it is Afi in the lead. Afi is in the lead, and he's making it happen right now. Oh, Spam, what are you doing? Oh my god, what a risky line.
Wow. But it's also scary to think of, if Afi wins on this map now 2 rounds, it's not a good prospect going forwards, because this seems like his only strong map then, based on what we saw so far from him.
But maybe he's just in his zone now. I mean, I expect, or I can expect everything from Afi, and right now it's looking really good. Carl Jr. and Aurel are behind him, and then we also have Spam, Gwen and Kappa. Yeah, Kappa is 1.5 behind, but then Gwen also can have a saying, but Afi has to deny them. So let's follow actually Aurel, who's currently in 2nd position, but there's one more identity. Carl Jr. goes for the attack. They're coming a bit closer. Afi has to cope the pressure now, and this is a very important round for the BDS player. He could deny 5 people the finalist mode, or like the entry into the next round, and Afi knows that. Who will get more speed in this ending? Afi. Good jump, goes super low. Aurel with a lot of speed, and Afi is having it. Question mark, does he have another speed? Yes, he has, and Afi will deny them. Oh, Speedy. 6 people are finalists.
I'm enjoying life right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a picture for the gods. And now we have one person out of those 6 will go through. This is do or die, and you can bring this terminology now to a different level, because it is really do or die for them, since you don't have to, you have to win. You can win everything, but you can also lose everything, you know. It's like so hard to describe. yeah, the OGL players are in the lead, Gwen and Afi. And then we also have Kappa and Spam dropping a bit behind. So Kappa, Gwen and Afi in the top 3. Aurel, in the meantime, has dropped a bit behind, as well as Carl Jr. Oh, man. What is happening here?
Also, I see Spam in last place again, so he won't escape the finalist mode.
Yeah. So
Afi in the lead.
Yeah, Kappa goes for a very risky line there for the lower approach. Comes a bit closer. Carl Jr. with the mistake, and Carl Jr. won't be the third person to go into the grand final. Gwen, Kappa, Afi, and Aurel are fighting it out, as Aurel is a little bit further behind, but only make it 0.2 of a second. So one good identity, and this could seal the deal for him, and he could go up to first position. Kappa jumps super far up for a lot of speed. Afi with an interesting approach. Look at the speed from Aurel here. He has accumulated. That was very good, but Gwen looks unstoppable here. He is dropping in a 1:14 as the first lap time. I think that is pretty nice. I'm not sure what the WR here is for a one lapper, but Gwen is 0.3 ahead. His identity looked so great.
Wow. This is wow.
Yeah, Trackmania at its finest.
It just leaves me speechless to see this. Also, Afi is coming so much closer to Gwen.
Oh my god, look at that. Gwen is losing a little bit of his lead, as we see Afi going for a lot of risks. Maybe you want to clutch it out here with only 2 rounds. Goes for the SD there, but I think it wasn't really faster. But Gwen outside approach. There's one more identity to go, but I think he's so far ahead here actually that he can probably save it a little bit in the ending. But also Afi has nothing to lose at this point. He knows that. Afi has nothing to do, so let's follow the BDS player here for this last identity. Oh my god, what a close jump. Comes a bit closer. 0.39 of a second. Maybe he has an ace in his back or something like that. But it doesn't look that it is Gwen qualifying into the second round here. And uses his, I don't know what kind of finest attempt, but Gwen is through.
Definitely deserved by Gwen. I mean, he performed well on all the maps, but sometimes just got unlucky. So, great to see him go into the next round.
Yeah.
Now the pressure's on.
Yep. That's definitely true. It is Gwen going through as the second person, so a bet from our side. But we still have Afi and Carl Jr. who are not through. So it's actually a good ratio here to see. So from 3 players, 2 people are in our, or we're in our betting. Yeah, like, or in our bets. Let's see, can the third player make it happen? Or will it be someone like, let's say, Spam, Kappa, or also Aurel, who performed outstandingly well throughout this whole event? Can they deny them, or can they get themselves a ticket as well? We're gonna find it out very, very soon. So Kappa has fallen a bit behind. Aurel goes for a super risky line there, and goes, yeah, also very wide here, so he gets himself a lot of speed. But Carl Jr. is in the lead, ahead of Afi and Spam.
Again, a close fight here. So far, nobody really far. Ah, okay, I jinxed it. Nobody's really far behind at the top. We have a good fight here. Let's see.
A Kappa a bit laggy though. So it's the last round, of course, here on circles. And yeah, it is Afi in the lead together with Carl Jr. So Carl Jr. with a lot of speed, but Afi is in hot pursuit here. Only 0.17 behind here, the Solary player. So our bets weren't in finest mode beforehand, so they really have come back here. And they are fighting it out here. Afi putting in a lot of effort into this run. Goes super risky here. Comes closer and closer. Only 0.07 of a second. Make it 0.6 now. And we have only 2 more really cruel parts to go for. It's the, like, the speed gain that you get here. Oh, let's take 3. Then the freewheeling and the identity, of course. But it's neck and neck between them. Carl Jr. with a little bit more speed. But Afi is pushing it. It is not even a hundredth of a second. It's more, maybe 1,000. So let's see who will get more speed. Carl Jr. with the better line here in this section. But Afi also getting it pretty nicely. So 0.13 of a second between Carl Jr. and Afi. Afi has not the best amount of speed here in this section, but he has nothing to lose. Who will take the victory here? We will definitely see a winner here, of course. Afi goes super low. Will he overtake Carl Jr.? Does Carl Jr. have more speed? Yes, he have, and it will be Carl Jr. qualifying into the next round.
Wow. This is actually a problem I noticed with Afi, that he's always taking this inside line in the ending, which will lose him, I think, around point 1, point 2. Not entirely sure. And Carl Jr. was always going for this outside approach, gathering all the speed. So
Yeah.
definitely deserved, but great fight to witness. So no shame there.
Yeah, but I mean, Afi's line just looked a bit safer, but yeah, he didn't really get too much exit speed over this long free wheel section. So unfortunately to see that, but yeah, you know, now we have my favorite map that hasn't been picked by any player. It is Halfpipe. And it looks a little bit like the Trackmania Grand League distribution here. We have 4 people in the winning seat and 4 people in the losing seat in the finals. You know, they lose their points a bit. But yeah, we have 1 more warm-up and then 2 more rounds. And then we will decide, or it will decide if either Afi, Aurel, Spam or Kappa will go into the next one, because 2 of them, the journey for them will end here.
The only thing that's currently missing for me to be in heaven is that we have a round like we had between Kappa and Evon, where both had finished at the same time.
Yes.
If this happens, then I'm done. Then I can just log off, say I've seen everything. This is just insane what we are witnessing currently.
Yes. And what I want to stress out here is actually that Afi was very strong on this track. He was pressing B for boost, I think in step number 2 or something like that. He was super fast on that one, or actually step number 1. I don't remember that. But Afi, I think this map really suits him well. And maybe he's happy, or more happier than any other player, that this map is getting picked here. But we're gonna check out Afi with a good warm-up though. Oh my god, what a line went he for? Okay, that was a misalign, but I thought he has figured out something. But yeah, he's just going for a complete risk there. Maybe we're gonna see some crazy risky lines there in the ending as well. Could all happen. Okay. First round, Speedy. Let's go. Oh.
The thing of this map is I have no clue who of those 4 is actually performing the best. This is the only wildcard map for me, and this could be anyone's game.
Yeah,
but already we see Spam and Kappa with bad starts, so looking rough.
Yeah, looking really rough. Afi and Aurel having a fight there for that first position. Spam getting himself a lot of speed, but so did Aurel and Afi. So it is Afi actually with a mistake there, and this is very costly. At this point, you don't want to do something like that, because he is majorly dropping behind, and this is more than 1 second. So this is, I mean, he has only 1 more chance after that. That is going through his mind, I think. So Afi P4, 1.6 seconds behind.
Out.
And also Spam and Kappa making a small mistake. So Aurel just has to survive it. Afi all of a sudden back into P number 2. If Aurel doesn't make a mistake, he will qualify himself to the grand, or to the quarterfinal. Yeah, it's the quarterfinal then. Yeah, so Afi pushing it.
If Aurel does not finish this one in first, it's all his fault. Because this is basically a freebie. It doesn't get more free than this.
Yes, but of course there's still the pressure, you know. And Afi is pushing it here. He's coming closer. Only 1 second between Aurel and Afi.
Wow.
This could be the comeback, but didn't get a smooth landing in this section. But yeah, this means that Aurel has extended his lead, or has gotten the leads again. And Afi with an additional mistake. This is not good. And Kappa now up to 2nd position. But yeah, let's follow Aurel here, who could get himself a spot in the 2nd round here. It would be great news for him.
It would actually be really sad to see Spam not finishing, because he's finalist since round 3, and
yes, indeed.
He would technically showcase the flaw of the system, and yeah, it would be a heartbreak.
Yeah, a little bit of a heartbreak, but yeah, Aurel is in the lead. He's 2.5 seconds ahead, so he should not really burn his meal here. He can take it rather safe, not too safe. I know people who can oversave it, but Aurel is well in knowledge of that he can save it here. He's 2.5 seconds ahead. Only one more identity to go. Looking good. Very conservatively taking line here. But let's see Kappa. No, Kappa. It is not enough. And Aurel is through here. Goes super far up there. Very, very wisely played. And Aurel is our 5th player. And we have only one more spot. And it is either Kappa, Spam, or Afi. And 2 of them have to say bye-bye.
Wow. Did not expect this to be the final round, but... Whew.
All or nothing for them. All or nothing for all the 3 players. The pressure is high, of course, as we see Afi with the best start here. Having a little bit of a motivation boost with that, maybe even. But also Kappa and Spam coming back strong, and Afi all of a sudden back to P3 again. What a close fight is that? What a close fight we have here. Spam, Kappa dropping, yeah, to P1 and 2. Afi in 3rd. And, yeah. Do you have microphone problems?
It seems like your microphone is doing a bit of a weird one. I believe.
Okay, is it better now? I hope so. I'm sorry,
On
guys.
my end, it is much better, yes.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Yeah, but we're going to the last round now, sweetie. What are we seeing right now? Kappa and Spam in the lead, and then we have Afi 0.4 behind.
Oh, Kappa made a mistake there. Interesting.
Oh, look at the line from Afi. That was beautifully done. So Spam is in the lead. The person who could be, yeah, like, he was in finalist mode for more than 10 rounds. But Afi with the risk. What is happening, Afi? Oh my god. So now we have one more lap to go. Spam with the earlier landing, but Afi with more speed. And Afi goes into the lead. What
a smooth landing. Yes,
oh,
he does it.
Afi Spam didn't get it too good.
What was that?
Oh, Spam and Kappa as well, both with the same mistake. And this is also a freebie for Afi. Hopefully he will survive it. Definitely deserved, but also a heartbreak for Spam because he was so good. Or he was like finest for the longest time. And now Afi, the first person who, or the last person who has gotten himself the finest mode, is now like on his way to qualify to the 2nd round. And it could be Spam and Kappa going out in that 1st round. What?
Now the question is, will we see a hate or a tweet after this about the point system?
Yeah, it's a heartbreak for Spam. Indeed.
Ooh, Afi almost clipped there. Let's take it really conservatively here.
Yeah, okay. Spam comes a bit closer though, as you can see. No, okay, actually not. It just looked like to be a little bit closer, but he was just a little bit slower. And thus your car will be visible, yeah, more closely. So Afi, one more identity. Can he knock out Spam and Kappa? He has only one more jump after that to go. And it's looking really good that Afi qualifies to the 2nd round. And Spam and Kappa are dead.
Just wow. This is amazing.
Kappa unfortunately has left the server. And also Pack, as we see, maybe he has practiced a bit. So Pack has won over Papu. Then Grand Cow Jr., Aurel, and the last player is Afi. So Spam and Kappa are out. I was like forecasting that I don't see Kappa being a contender here, but that he got like, you know, I don't like that. I don't like that. See that.
Did everybody leave the server? No, actually, only Pack is on the server right now for me. Interesting.
Okay, only Pack is on the server. Interesting to see that.
I'm not sure what's happening. If they just said, yeah, Pack won it anyway, so just give him the win, or I don't know.
I don't know.
Don't forget, this is the first time Pack gets to drive again since he won, which was, give or take, 30 minutes ago.
If not even more. 40 minutes.
So he's as cold as you can be, but mind probably focused really well. So
yeah.
I believe we have a break right now.
Yeah, we have a break. 5 minutes, I think.
as my Discord has died. Can you still hear me?
Hello? Yep, I can
Oh.
hear you.
My Discord has decided to restart because that's what you should do, yeah?
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, I think so, but yeah, so what's going on right now? Let's see.
So they're currently in the Discord. So Afi, Papu, Aurel, Grandpack are in the final Discord, you know. With
I can
Cyber.
actually not rejoin the server after I leave it.
Wait, what is happening?
Um,
You cannot rejoin the.
I cannot, which is interesting.
So I won't quit.
Sure. Yeah, let's just wait.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait here. But it seems that. Well.
Or did everybody go on riot? Who knows?
Spam and Kappa went riot. But yeah, there are players who unfortunately are out, you know, or have to go out.
It appears that other streamers have the same problem, which is already sort of good news.
Yeah.
Could also be that there's some connectivity issues because we saw Kappa constantly teleporting back and forth a bit, so maybe there's something going on that we do not know currently.
Yeah, we're gonna see in just some minutes. But let's just take a little bit of a breathe and let's actually recap what happened. So Pack completely dominated, so I'm really interested to see if we can copy that in the next phase. Because now the first player can pick the first map and maybe it will be Paradise again. Who knows? Because Pack looked very strong on this. And
it actually becomes a real big factor that the fourth place gets to pick the first map.
Now it's
seeing how
different.
Pack dominated.
Now
is
it's
it not different?
Now the first player picks the first map, second the second, third the third. Yeah, now it's like that. But of course, rounds will be closer as we can have a maximum of 6 finalists and 4 winners. So we have 10 rounds. So that means that map number 4 will be played 1 round.
There's a big factor of something that we don't know is how will Pack perform on the other maps.
Yeah, and
Legit only saw him on 1 map, so
yeah, indeed. It is a very huge factor because he has not. I mean, he has coped under pressure, but he hasn't played against people who are finalists, right?
Nope. And I think he is not going forward to do that. I think he will just clean sweep again or attempt to.
Yeah,
and I can almost certainly guarantee that Paradise will not be picked as the first map.
Well, I mean,
if the people learned anything.
I mean, he can pick the first map, so maybe Pack will just pick Paradise and it will be Paradise meta for him.
That would technically be the smart move, seeing as it was only him and Spam that won on those maps. Yeah. So definitely there is some gap in performance, but we have to find out.
And we're gonna find out very soon, actually, as Pack is driving here a little bit. We're still gonna wait for additional information here. Opening server in 2 to 3 minutes at everyone.
Okay.
So I think it will take a little bit longer because this is round number 1. It was round number 1. Now we have the second round. We still have a third round and a final. So I think this will take a little longer than expected, actually.
I mean, as I said, stretch it out as long as you have to. Just make it go to the maximum.
Yeah, we have seen 14 rounds on the first one, and now we're gonna see maximum. We can see 10 rounds. On the next one, we see maximum 6 rounds. So of course it will be a little bit lower, but in the final we can see a maximum of 15 rounds again. 15
Let's
rounds.
go all the way.
Yeah, so a lot of things can happen. So 14, yeah, we can still sit here at 23, so this could be a possibility, right? But yeah,
technically, yes.
Pack is still alive, and we're just gonna wait. Server will open in 2 to 3 minutes. Tona is writing something in the chat there. And I think I'm just gonna rejoin the other server. Okay, play. Competition.
Ah, it's open, yes.
Playoffs, right?
Yep.
Okay, let's see.
It's actually, I wonder what they actually did, because they did not restart the server,
Yeah, they didn't.
unless I'm mistaken. So, yeah. Because I would have expected maybe that they restart the server after every round to have maximum performance. Which was not the case apparently, so yeah.
So guys, we have gonna have here, this is the top 6. As you can see, we have Pack, Papu, the first 2 players who have qualified, then Gran, Carl Jr., Aurel and Afi. So those are the top 2 players, the top 6 players, and the top 2, of course, the bottom 2 went out. So unfortunately, we have not Carl Jr., I mean Kappa and Spam going out. So heartbreaking to see that, but Pack and all the other players have just like played a little tiny bit better, you know. And it's really hard to determine someone to go out, but yeah, unfortunately they were the people who went out. So yeah, we've seen it there. So just gonna remind you to that, and we gonna start. Yeah, okay, never mind. We don't have the map list yet, but players are currently doing the pick and ban phase, if I recall this one correctly. So really interesting to see what map will be picked, and of course no map will be banned, but the top 4 will decide what map won't be played. So what do you think? What map?
I mean, if Pack is actually picking first, because I'm currently not sure how this works, we will for sure see Paradise as the first map. It would just make sense. Then
yes.
I'm not sure. Who was second? Papu, right?
Papu, yes.
Can pick the second one. Who? Which map would Papu pick?
He was good
Maybe
on Starglide, yeah.
Maybe Starglide or Semiramis, who knows?
But also, yeah, I don't know. I think we won't see Halfpipe again. Or maybe, yeah, Afi cannot pick a map, you know? I think if Afi would have been in P4, he would have picked... if Afi was in P4, he would have picked this map.
Either that one or Circles.
Yeah, Circles he was also very good on. But I think Semiramis will be map 2. And then map 1... Or no, actually, let's go like that. We have, of course, Paradise, map 1. Then Starglide map 2. Then the third player... Wait. Why did they do it like that now?
If they changed it.
Yeah. Wait, rulebook. Final 6. First from Final 8 picks map 1. Second from Final 8 picks map 2. Third from Final 8 picks map 3. Huh? Why did Gwen pick a map now?
Did somebody forget the rules? Or was that internal agreement to it? I'm not sure.
So just ask there in the chat. Because... Ah, wait, I think I have an old PDF then.
It would also be...
Well, they have changed it then. Okay.
It would also be kind of ridiculous to see and to imagine that Pack was allowed to pick the map and he were to pick Paradise again and perform another 2-lapper.
Yeah, okay, so I was actually wrong completely. I'm sorry. But I had an old PDF and I was not thinking that they will change the rules throughout that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that was my bad.
But as I said, it would be kind of ridiculous because if Peck was allowed to pick Paradise now again, and he could stomp again, he would basically just drive like 6 or 8 rounds and just win the whole thing.
Indeed.
Whereas Spam drove 14 rounds, and 11 of those he lost. So it's just a kind of it would be kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, that was a heartbreak indeed. And yeah, I think this is way more polished and makes more sense. So next time, guys, if you want to cast or if you want to check out something, always make sure to download the latest PDF. But I was thinking that those rules are finalized. But yeah, you can be proven wrong. And yeah, the first map is picked by Gwen, and it is Halfpipe. So now it is differently. Then we have Papu has picked Semiramis, and Pack, of course, has picked Paradise. But maybe Pack is continuing the trend, and maybe we don't see Paradise for him. But yeah, we have a warm-up again, as we see Halfpipe by Kiesler as the first map, and it was actually Afi who was really good on this track.
Afi dominated this one, I mean, partially due to mistakes from his opponents, but his pace was also still on the top. So he's definitely somebody to be afraid of.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, everyone is scary here, but who will take the first victory to his name will definitely have a momentum boost, so this will be an important factor.
Ooh. It's going to be interesting how Peck will perform on this one. I mean, if I recall the group stages correctly, he was doing kind of okay on this one. I think, I'm not sure if he won it, but he was definitely in the top 4.
Yeah.
And so she's also definitely a contestant. Maybe he can make another 2-lapper out of this, which would be, as I said, pretty ridiculous. But I mean, that's the format.
Well, I mean, you also have to consider maybe someone like Carl Jr. or Gwen who have an insanely fast pace, so they could also make it a 2-lapper. That's the first time we see Pack on a different map. Look quite promising for him. And yeah, let's go here with the first round. Who will take the victory? Who's our side bet? Who will take the first finalist attempt on the next round? What do you think?
I mean, knowing how it ended last time, that the people we chose were the last ones to get finalists, I have to go for a counter jinx, and I will say Gwen.
Okay, you're gonna go for Gwen, and I think I'm gonna go for Aurel here. Just have a good feeling about him here. As we go into the first 2-lapper, Gwen has fallen a bit behind actually. Carl Jr. and Pack are in P1 and 2, but yeah, just don't say that with Pack here. Goes for a weird apex there, but it was kind of fine, so Pack's still in the lead. Okay, Aurel on last together with Gwen. Okay, great job there, Speedy.
The counter jinx is working. Because I was about to say Pack, but if I jinx Pack, this would have been really awkward.
Yes.
Didn't want to risk it. And Gwen is in the lead.
But yeah, look, and also Afi, look at the fight, it is super close, but Aurel with a weird landing there and had to, or it was slowing down 0.7 of a second, and this is definitely not good for him. And yeah, now we can see Gwen not getting the gear there, and it's Afi versus Carl Jr. and then also Papu on P3 together with Pack going into that first identity. Oh my god, Papu, what are you doing? What is that risk by Papu? We have also not seen Papu on this track yet. And Papu goes over into the lead. Didn't get the best amount of speed here in this section. But this identity will indeed decide it. Because Papu looked very strong on it. And it's now in the lead. Afi is in second. And then we have also Carl Jr. but didn't get the best amount of speed. Aurel, Gwen, Pack, and yeah, they're all very far behind. Pack has made that mistake 5.5 seconds behind. Have you captured what happened to him?
He clipped something, lost all of his momentum, and yeah, basically died out there behind Gwen, who also clipped kind of the same, but didn't lose as much speed.
Yeah,
kind of weird. and basically the identity, the half-pipe. So
Okay, but yeah, let's focus on this fight for that first place. Who will get the first finest attempt after that? Will it be Afi or Papu? Both very, very skilled dirt players. And yeah, Afi is in the lead. Great line here from Afi. Look at that. And Afi, the player who... yeah, why do I even talk? Afi is dead. And it is Papu who will win the first round here.
Oh my god! Did you just do that? Did you just jinx 2 people in 2 seconds?
Oh my god.
Chat, you know what to do? Clip this one.
Oh my god.
God.
Oh my head. I cannot comprehend what was happening there. Yeah, Carl Jr. Oh man. Oh my god. Okay, so Papu not winning it, and also... yeah, okay, let's focus here again. But I'm afraid of talking now, really. But
just don't say names.
okay, Pack is in the lead. Then we have Afi and Gwen also there. But yeah, look at Pack's line. Just very, very greatly done here. Going into the lead, but awkwardly line here. And I think he has not a lot of speed to work with. He has he has 225. I thought he would not capture the plus 220 speed. But he's battling out with the both the players he has met in the combine match previously, like half a year ago, where he played it against Afi and Gwen, but Gwen with a mistake, and then we have only Afi and Peck left. So Peck with a very good start here, going to that first identity. Let's see. Oh my god, Afi, what are you doing? What a risk. And also Papu, who's maybe has a little bit of a trauma, but also Peck with a lot of speed, but he drops down to P4. Never mind. Never mind. Abort mission, everyone. Peck up to P1, going to that last lap. Beautiful landing in that slope section, or into that downwards grass section. So Peck up into the lead. Cole Jr., you have to remember that he's in finalist after that choke from Papu in this ending. So Cole Jr. was a little bit lucky, but still Peck is holding strong that lead. Interesting line here, goes for a lot of speed. Look at that, he's extending his lead just a little bit, but Papu, Afi, Aurel and Cole Jr. are behind. The only player who has made a mistake is Gwen.
I mean, you better don't jinx anyone this time.
Yes.
But Peck is still having a good lead. I mean, Papu obviously mouse of dirt, but...
what a fight for that first position. Look at that. It is Peck, Afi and Papu battling out here, and also Cole Jr. is in the mix. He could make it happen and qualify himself to the semi-final. Peck, of course, does that nose slide here. Papu does it as well. Cole Jr. not with the best amount of speed. Papu is extending his lead here to 0.09 of a second, but Peck is still there to deny him. But we've seen so many crazy identities. The players have to push it here. Last part is coming up. Peck with the risk. Afi as well, but Afi is clipping. Peck! Can he make it happen? No, it is not enough. And Papu will eventually win it here after a, crazy first round. And Papu will also get himself the finest mode to his name.
Wow. Never count out Afi with his risky ending, which is just amazing to see. But wow, what a fight. I think we had 4 people with him, 0.2 of a second in the end. Just amazing.
Yeah, amazing round, and also like one of the closest rounds we have witnessed, because we have seen a lot of mistakes, especially in the first couple of rounds, and on the first step, let's just call it step, on the first phase, however, like that. And now players are really, maybe they have adapted to this format, and now they maybe know where to risk, or they're just ready, they're warmed up. And yeah, Peck is in the lead. What a great turn here. Also very, very good landing there. So let's go here with Papu, who goes for the inside lane. So Peck has a little bit more speed, but Papu lands earlier. And also Cole Jr. is there. So Papu and Cole Jr. are in finalists. So remember that. If they win one more round, they are in the semi-final. And this is looking very good for them right now as they are on the mix. And also, yeah, all the other players are in the mix. Nah, but Carl Jr. is on P6. Is this happening again?
I believe he clipped the dirt and had just that 1 little kilometer per hour too little, so
Yeah.
really unfortunate there.
Oh my god,
Ooh, over
Afi's
the
line.
grass. Oh,
Oh.
Afi, no.
Afi, holy... Oh my god, oh, Peck! Oh! Afi, wait.
What? Oh, okay, Peck retired.
Okay, Peck retired. Maybe also for his... Also, Gwen retired. So we see 2 retirements. And also, Afi retired. So we have only 3 players left and 2 of them are finalists. So Aurel can make it happen. We see 3 retirements of the players. Maybe just because they haven't won a round so far. Because Peck, of course, made the clean sweep happening in the prior step. And now he has not won a round so far.
This is taking interesting turns.
Yeah, okay. Carl Jr. risking it here. Comes closer and closer towards Papu. But Papu has a comfortability of half a second. So this is looking rather good for him. As we see Papu having enough speed. Yes, he has. But ever so slightly. But makes a small mistake there. And Aurel is coming closer and closer. And this could be the first map without any victorious player. But of course, Aurel has to push Papu in this ending, which looked very strong.
Wow.
Aurel goes for the inside approach. Papu with more speed in this section here. Can he make it happen? Papu with a lot of speed. Carl Jr. as well. Aurel is actually in the lead. Who will take it? Papu! Oh my god! What is he doing? Papu is doing the identity of his life, and Papu is deservingly in the semi-final. What a performance!
Holy moly, that was nice. I think Papu took some lessons from Afi there.
Yo, I think so as
Wow.
well. So that was crazy. And now Papu is the first one. So after a second position on the first phase, it is Papu going through as the first player. So definitely a player who we should not underestimate, right?
Not at all. I mean, he was always a strong contender on this kind of maps. So, definitely deserved.
Yep. Definitely deserved. I agree with that. And yes.
Semiramis.
So our bet is not right, as it seems. So one player, at least one player, is not in our top 4. Maybe you see why, because...
Yeah.
Okay, so Semiramis is the next track.
Yeah.
And it's by Table, I think. Featuring Firestorm, if I recall it correctly. So we have not seen Peck on this track. Aurel has won round here, if I recall correctly. And I think also Gwen...
Gwen was really strong. I think Kappa was also always strong, always fighting here.
Yeah.
Obviously he's out now, so... Yeah, this was the map where Papu had always these weird lines.
Ah, yeah, and the ending, so he might be happy. Wait, he picked that map. Papu picked that map.
He did the reverse pack then.
Yeah.
Well-
But you know what's good? That Paradise is the next map. But the thing is, I think Peck should win one round here in order to make it happen. Because
Definitely, yeah.
he can make 1 or 2 mistakes on Paradise, but you know, he looked just super strong there on this track. So yeah, let's go with the first round here, Speedy. Let's go with it. We see Papu, who has qualified himself, and Carl Jr. being in finalist.
That was a really good start so far. I mean, Afi a bit behind, but nothing amazing. Oh. Gwen, wow. I thought Gwen was in the wall there.
Yeah, it looked like that. Peck not with a good start here. That's not good for our MnM player, as he is more than 1 second behind because he didn't really get too much speed in this speedy section. Okay, make it 0.65 now. Just looked a little bit more because people are so fast. Also Aurel not with the best line, but you can see the gap is extending here. 0.7 of a second now. So Gwen, Carl Jr. are betting it out here. And then also Afi and Aurel are just only 0.3 to 0.4 of a second behind.
It's still really close. It's not over yet.
Carl Jr., oh my god, what a line. Jesus, he's risking so much in this identity. And Carl Jr. is remaining on first position, but what a great identity here. Also from Gwen. Not really dropping too much behind. Make it 0.2 now, but there is only one more round. And it could be Carl Jr. who could also qualify himself to the semi-final. And that means that you're already in the money. Carl Jr. not with the best line there. So Gwen can maybe capitalize from that. Goes for the inside line. And Carl Jr. with a lot of speed here in this section. So this is great news for Carl Jr. that he's extending his lead here. As we see Afi and Peck slowly but safely dropping behind. And Gwen also with a mistake there. Oh no.
But this seems pretty safe for Carl Jr. here now.
Yes, only one more identity. There could be Afi who could have the identity of his life. But yeah, it looks like he's 1 second ahead, you know. And we could actually see a double clean sweep here by Papu and Carl Jr.
Definitely picking up the pace right now, even though I would still wish that we again have all the rounds played.
Yeah, can still happen though. Can still happen. If everyone gets finalists. So Carl Jr. is taking it here and qualifies himself to the semi-final, the third step. Greatly done. A player who has really struggled on the prior thing. And he will also be happy about the seeding, because now Carl Jr. can pick the second map. And the first map is still open to be picked. And also 2 more spots are left. So, Peck versus Gwen, Aurel, and Afi. Hopefully Peck can make it happen now, as Aurel had a little bit of a struggle there with the start. But I think this is really Peck's type of map, I would say.
Something we didn't actually take a look at a lot, because it didn't matter as much, is the fastest lap.
Oh, but Peck,
we see Peck is having it. And, I mean, he was catching up quite a lot there.
Yes, true that.
So, pace-wise, I think he's in the money here.
Oh, Afi! Yeah, now the pressure is kicking in, right? And Afi is down. And Peck has a very comfortable lead here of 0.3 of a second. Goes for an outside approach. I think he had to readjust his line there. So, Gwen is somewhat coming closer. Make it 0.16 of a second now. But still a good start here for Peck, going to that first identity.
See how he does it. I believe he's going for the low air time. Yeah, sort of. Takes it easy.
Okay, great jump there. Also very diagonal, that you don't really have to release that much. Yeah, Peck, very, very good first lap. 0.27 ahead. And let's see what he can pull up in the next round. If he gets a 1:07 again, a 0.53, then this will be his first attempt. Or he could move up into the finals mode. But don't say that without Gwen. Gwen is a little bit further behind. But attacking here. Attacking Peck. He knows that he has one of the fastest player behind him. But he's one of the fastest player himself. So. Speedy.
This was so nice for Peck there at the line.
Yeah.
The exit speed.
But also
he knows what's he knows what's at stake.
Yeah, but also Gwen is here. Gwen has a lot of speed. I thought for a minute that he didn't really have too much speed here in this section, but that wasn't the case. So Gwen versus Peck going into the last identity. Peck with a little bit more speed going into that, and Gwen has to readjust his line, but now presses B for boost. Let's follow Peck here. Peck with the inside approach. Gwen with more speed in this ending. Who will it be? And it will be super close, but it is Peck. 300s again ahead of Gwen, and this was super important for Peck, that he has gotten himself a victory here.
Wow, this was again close. I mean, in the first round we also had the same close round there with I think 0.03 or 0.4 or something like that.
Yes.
This map is really close. It doesn't appear like it, but it is impressively close.
Yeah, it is super close actually. I mean, we have seen Aurel and Afi dropping a bit behind by the looks of it, but also the fight they are putting in here already, that is insane. That is really, really nice. Aurel dropping, however, a little bit behind. And remember, Peck is finalist, and Paradise is coming up as the next map, but maybe he can close it out here as well. Oh, Gwen is dead. And also Aurel. So it's between Afi and Peck. Both dying in this part. But yeah, Afi maybe wants to have a saying here. But, oh, it takes a weird line there. Maybe he has to compensate that 2 people have DNF'd. So Peck could take a very free entry here into the semifinal.
I must say, I really like the lines that Peck is using on this map. They look good and they're really efficient.
Yes, indeed. Also here, like, he goes for a lot of speed. Look at that, he has way more speed than Afi in this section. And, yeah, he just takes the more direct approach. Okay, that was a very close landing there. Almost didn't get the smooth landing, but Afi still wants to have a saying here. He's 0.27 behind Peck. But everything can be gained and lost in this identity. So,
See, really close though.
yeah, Peck again with a very outside approach there in order to get himself the most possible speed here over this section. Oh
this is Peck's part. He's always doing it great.
Yep.
And once again.
That was beautifully done. And only Gwen and Aurel can watch here. They are not finalists yet. And Peck could also do the clean sweep. We could see 6 rounds and 3 winners. So can Peck make it happen? There's only one more identity that he has to go for. Afi is in second. He has nothing to lose. And he knows that. Didn't get a good transition there. Also a weird gear, I think. And Peck is extending his lead. And this is the GG. Peck is qualifying to the semifinal. Afi is completely dead, DNF'd, and Peck is through as the 3rd player. And he will pick the first map for the 3rd phase. Nice.
Wow, well played. That was a display of skill if I ever seen one.
Yes. He was just denying Afi all over and over again. Afi tried so much, but it is Peck eventually going through and is the 3rd player. And now we have the last map. The last map we have, because it means... Oh wait, actually we have the 2nd last map, because we could have 1 round. Every player could win now, and then we can have the last round on... What is the next map? Starglide is the 4th map. So circuits won't be played.
Damn it.
Yeah, damn it. So Peck again, after the map he has picked, he won.
It's a trend. So let's see.
Yep, it's a trend.
I mean, seeing Gwen on the brink of being eliminated is something that I did not expect, I have to be honest.
Me neither. Me neither.
But then again, neither of them has a finalist mode yet, so nothing is decided.
Yeah, 1 good round here for either like Afi or Aurel, and Gwen could stand, yeah, like in total darkness. He has to push it then, and he knows that both of them are also the fastest players out there, you know?
Definitely, yeah.
So you cannot tell me that Gwen does not feel any pressure then. That's something you cannot tell me, you know?
Must be.
So
I'm actually not sure who's the best of the 3 players on this map, because I did not really see them the first one, because simply Peck dominated so much.
Yes, Spam won 1 round, and then Peck won 2 rounds. But I think Aurel had a good shot with Peck, if I recall correctly. And then also Afi, I think. We're gonna see.
What's for sure is that we're gonna have a good map ahead of us.
Indeed.
And the rest players will display. And Afi is already having a pretty nice warm-up, so...
Yeah, warm-up Meister here.
If we learned anything from the warm-ups, the winner of the warm-up wins the next round, so... Afi?
Nice curse there. But Afi or Gwen is the missing piece in our puzzle. That our bet is 3 out of 4, which is a kind of good quote, I would say. But I think we kind of underestimated Papu. Big time.
Definitely. Papu is just a wild card. I don't know, he's super good. He can be first, he can win everything, or he can lose it.
Yeah, the first mistake by Aurel. And now it's the OGL players here, Gwen versus Afi, or the former OGL players. Gwen versus Afi, fighting it out for the finalist mode. Gwen, oh my god, what was that line by Gwen? He's in first, but Afi is coming closer and closer, only 400ths of a second between them. And now a very, very important part that spammed it very well, because he no-slid throughout the whole loop, which Gwen didn't do, but he took the more direct approach. So also nice to see that.
Oh, Afi with the risk, but he's having solo speed.
No upper gear for him. And you can see he wasn't over 200 kilometers per hour, despite he took the more direct approach, but he lost 0.4 with that. So Gwen is in the lead, but still the identity can be really harsh, and you can easily like choke it or like gain speed with that, as you still have the ice enabled. Oh, Afi is doing it super good. Look at the speed here, comes closer towards Gwen, but only so slightly. Aurel, of course, won't have a saying here in this round, but we have one more round to go. 0.3 between Gwen and Afi.
Afi's creeping ever so closer. He's not out of it, and he doesn't want to give Gwen the win, obviously.
Yeah, it was an awkward line there from Afi, but still was able to stabilize himself. Still 0.3 between them. But there's one more upper gear that you have to catch, and also one more identity.
This is so close. Both players are driving insane lines.
Yeah, but Gwen took it a little bit conservatively there. And Afi comes closer by the looks of it. Yes, he comes.
Oh, Gwen with the airtime as well.
Yes. This part is really decisive now. Who gets more speed? Afi also... I think Gwen has a little bit more speed, but now this part will really decide it. Afi with 201 speed, it's enough, but Gwen has done it a little bit better, so one more identity to go. Can the Game Ward player secure himself the first position here that he's really in need of and can pressurize his opponents, or will Afi deny him after a mistake from Gwen? Oh my god, Gwen, what are you doing? But no, it is Gwen who was getting himself the finalist mode, but close fight here, 0.37 of a second between both of them.
Yeah, Afi came 0.2 close in the ending, which is interesting. Oh, Aurel is doing actually the 270 strat.
Yeah. So we're gonna see now who will make it. So, will it be Gwen using his first finals attempt, or will either Aurel or Afi deny him the victory?
Yeah, Afi definitely has the pace to deny him. But obviously he has the pressure now, he has to win twice.
Yep.
There's no mistakes allowed. And it's Gwen. He won the group stage. So
yeah, indeed. I mean, just looking from the standings, we see Spam, I think he was on P6. And then we had Kappa being on P8, who went out. But now we have P1 versus, I think, P5 and P7 or P6 battling it out. So the first player, like Gwen, was on P1. And he's now battling it out here for that last spot. So this is incredible to see. And also Afi, who has a lot of like good pace.
Holy
not on this one, but
moly.
Can we just talk about that Gwen line? What?
He had to break an extra time to actually make it. He had over 215.
Oh my god, that's incredible. Some people struggle to get 200, you know, and he's just getting 215. Just why not? Yeah.
I mean, obviously he cheated a bit in the sense that he went a bit more narrow into it, which is why he had to break again. But
yeah,
the speed, oh, and that he made it.
Yeah, at this point you know that people are fully risking it, and this could be the last round here of the second step. So it could go over a little bit more quicker. But Gwen, of course, has to do one more identity and all the other parts, which they look easy, you know, but you can't mess up a speed check like that. Okay, no jinx there, good. And yeah. Oh, I thought for a minute that he made a mistake, but he didn't do so. But Afi is living on the edge. He knows that
Afi is coming closer.
Yeah, he knows that he has to push it though. He knows it for him and Aurel. But yeah, 0.64. Afi needs an illegal ending here in order to make it happen. But it's 0.7 between Gwen and Afi, and Gwen could eliminate both Afi and Aurel here and go into the next round. Oh, very wide approach there. Look at the speed again.
Afi?
The additional drift. Afi also with a good amount of speed, but Gwen, yeah, he's living on another, or he's right now on a different level. and is more than 1 second ahead. Only 2 more identities or 2 more parts of the identity to go for Gwen. And yeah, this is the GG. Afi is out as well as Aurel, and Gwen has qualified himself to the 3rd round here. GG.
Well deserved though by Gwen, so nothing to add to it. It's good display of skill. He seems more confident now because he was struggling a bit. So yeah, the next round is gonna be definitely something.
Yeah, only 4 more players. Only 4 more players, and all are in the money. All players are in the money. So we have 4,000 euro for the 1st place, 2,000 for the 2nd, 1,000 for the 3rd, and 500 for the last position. So a player here goes home with at least 500 euro, which is a nice prize pool for the last, or for the 4th position.
Definitely. Whew. That was something.
Yup. That was something indeed.
I believe it was, you said 3 out of 4 from our prediction, so...
Yeah, still a good quote, right?
As unpredictable as the format is, I think it still favors the favorites.
Yep.
So it's not completely random. So, yeah.
So boy Pack is still
forward.
in. It's just really nice to see. So we're gonna have a server change, but I'll be right back. I need to pee. I didn't really think that the format will take that long. But yeah, we are right. I'll be right back.
Let's make a quick pee break.
Yes, indeed. I'll be right back. See you then. Okay, we're back. We are back. Hello.
Let's go.
Just grab myself a Kinderriegel, yeah.
As at the same time, my game crashed. So I have to reconnect, but I believe the server was closed anyway. So that is good news. Yeah. So can we connect already? Do you know?
I'm trying. I don't think so.
Still closed. But yeah. Oh. We witnessed quite something. Those were ups and downs and surprising results.
Okay, actually, I was also wrong because Peck won't pick map number 3.
Number 3. Okay.
Won't pick it. Carl Jr. has
Oh.
picked Semiramis. Papu has picked Halfpipe. And the third map is random.
Oh yeah, it reduces by 1.
Yep. So, but now Peck is sitting on the lower end, you know? Peck is now not like in the top 50%. He was qualifying as the third person with Carl Jr. and Papu being ahead of him.
That's an interesting factor to consider. Because there's again no Paradise. He struggled a bit on what was the first was it Halfpipe the first map? I always confuse the names.
Yeah, it was Halfpipe.
Or the first map. The first map he struggled.
Yes, indeed.
Probably because it was a bit cold as well. Now he doesn't have this issue as much at least.
Okay, now we can join again. I cannot find the server debated.
Yes, damn it.
Rip.
Final 2 at the 2nd of November at 4. What? What kind of final is that, Zaro?
So, Lucas, we can party your birthday then. A proper Fields birthday, man, for you then. But maybe
It's already November.
Yeah, no, not November. What? Just
I
kidding.
mean, after seeing these players. No, the server is open.
Now it's opened, or? Did she? Okay, I can join. I can join the server. So we have 4 more players. Jesus.
Where's it? So
Let's do the maths. How many maps can we have?
I have 3 maps, which is 9 rounds.
Yeah. But
Top 2 qualifies.
so 6 rounds.
6 rounds, yeah.
So we see Semiramis and Halfpipe. Or have they changed something again? This could also be. I mean, I had a old rulebook, which is definitely not the way you wanna prepare. But on the other hand, I had no idea that they will change it again.
I mean, changes are imminent. It's actually not the beta season anymore, where changes were happening all the time. But yeah. Actually true, only 2 maps, yeah.
Yeah. So final 4 second. So again, it's final mode. So that means that we only have, we have a total of 6 rounds. So now it will really decide. It will be really important to get yourself the finals mode as quickly as possible. Because this one could be over in just 4 rounds, you know?
Yes.
Oof, this
So
will
Peck
be...
can choose a map. Yeah, Peck cannot choose.
No, Peck
If
cannot.
that's bad or not. Yeah, he cannot choose a map. If that's bad or not has to be seen. Considering Semiramis was a good map for him.
Yep.
Obviously there's no Paradise. But yeah.
So Semiramis and Halfpipe. And also Halfpipe I think was fine. But Papu was really the player I want to stress out here for Halfpipe. He was super good on them. And he's there on the last 3 rounds. So I think actually Papu has a very good shot of getting himself into the final here.
Definitely. I believe the final was best of 3, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that's also another factor to add into it. The mental game is getting even worse.
Yeah, it's an interesting format, I just have to say that. So I think that, well, actually Carl Jr. and Gwen, I don't know. It will be a tough one, because we see the creme de la creme here, right?
Yeah. It's the best players that we have left.
Yes.
Obviously some favorites have died, like Kappa and Spam. But such is the nature of this format. And at the end of the day, only one can win.
Yes, and only one can go home with 4,000 euro. That's a lot of money, right? And can it
It's
be
a lot
Pack?
of money.
Can it be Pack? Or will it be someone else?
Can buy a lot of gamepads with that.
Also make nice holidays with that.
With Corona, I'm not sure if you want to do holidays, but but yeah, it's definitely something.
It is definitely something, indeed. And we're gonna start, I think in 1 minute we are going live.
Okay, all the players connected. That's already good.
Yep.
Also something to point out, we had no connection issues.
Yeah,
we
maybe
had obviously a
Kappa,
server crash, but that was before. So yeah, I mean, everything seems fair. Obviously you can discuss if the format is fair, but format is definitely entertaining. That's all I will say. Yeah.
It's definitely a cool system. Takes a lot of time though. I didn't really think that this will take so long, actually, Speedy.
I mean, considering we played a whole playoff, I was expecting it to be at least 2 hours and not like a step, which lasted for around 1 hour 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe if they played it offline, it would have taken even longer, considering all the stage setups and whatnot. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, and
am
also
am I a
break
fan?
machine.
If yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this one day and finish everything. But it has something. It's definitely because of the pandemic. We have to do it online.
Yeah, I really like
thing.
that. I really like that one as well. But on the other hand, it is like it feels so rushed, you know. Especially
Definitely
the
feels
later
rushed.
phases.
But it doesn't feel rushed because, you know, get over it. But yeah, it's just the circumstances that we have. But yeah.
But you think it would have been differently when no Corona would have been there, like the format itself?
It would have definitely had an effect, yes. But you have to also think you had 6 weeks of group stages. With around 6.5 hours of match time.
Yeah.
Then have a single day in 2 hours have the playoffs and crown a winner. So it's definitely one of the shortest tournaments that we had.
Yeah, and also for a lot of money, right? For 7,500 euro in total.
It's definitely bigger than your average tech LAN, which is around 2 to 3k.
Yeah.
The prize pool. But those are also a double elimination usually.
Yeah.
Or some are even single elimination,
Yeah,
which
and
is
some will take like more than a day, so.
definitely, yeah, that's usually the second day has the finals then. It's definitely interesting. I'm not opposed to it, but then again, it's up to the players if they like it or not. I personally think I like it, but I'm speaking from the perspective of a caster, so it's a bit different, you know.
So
you have to also you have to consider the preparation time and everything that has to go in.
I mean, I like double elimination a lot because then you can like get rid of one mistake that you have done. So that's really cool.
But I would still hope to see some changes made to this format, like that you can lose your finalist status again. You know, it's just spice it up a bit more.
Okay, but we are starting now. Maybe you can give that into the feedback channel or something, because I think the idea is interesting. Or maybe the last person, but also that. But
then
maybe
it cannot be 1 day. Then it would just be too long.
Yeah, I don't know. But let's start here with the third phase. We still have Pack, who is alive, and the first and second round is so important now to get yourself a head start. So we're gonna start with Semiramis, a map that we have seen a lot of times already, and all the rounds so far, and then also here. And let's go here with the warm-up, and let's see how players will do here. As we see Carl Jr. not using the warm-up or just starting later, but let's go with Peck here, betting out with his direct opponents in the warm-up.
Yeah, I mean, this map is pretty open. I mean, we saw Peck and his lines, especially the mid part, being insane, straight up insane.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how the others perform, because, as I said, those are the top players.
I mean,
the top contenders as well, yeah?
Yeah, Peck has won 2 rounds on this track previously. That was Papu's pick here. But I think Pack is very strong on this one. But we haven't seen Papu performing on this track as well, if I recall. Or like one round or so, if I recall it correctly. I think...
he didn't shine on it at least. Definitely interesting pick from him then.
Yeah. And that was from Carl Jr. and Papu's pick was Halfpipe. So.
Halfpipe is definitely a map where Papu can shine, because we know he can do this risky approach. And he will do it. He has to do it.
Yeah.
So
especially when he's
definitely
behind.
Something.
Also here. I mean, also here you have this ending, which was differently taken by Papu.
Yes. So let's hop in, I guess.
Yeah, let's hop in here. First round, first out of maximum of 6 rounds here on that third phase. Let's follow Pack here and make this first point happen to him. Gwen with a good amount of speed here. Papu and Carl Jr. are a little bit behind, but still no major mistake has happened as Pack goes into the lead. What a great section. Maybe Carl Jr. is regretting it a bit that he has picked Semiramis here, because right now he's on last position as Speedy.
Yeah, definitely. And we also saw Papu, Gwen and Pack all three getting an insane turn there. That's why all of them are so close together. Oh, Papu was in the wall there.
Yeah, but also Carl Jr. has come a bit closer. They are only quarter of a second between him and Gwen, who's currently occupying the first position. Maybe Carl Jr. has found some secret techniques here in this identity. Let's follow Carl Jr. here. But he's not really
the boost.
Catching up there. Okay, Papu jumps
Oh.
so far to the left, and Papu is dead. So the first finalist attempt here, or the first finalist mode, is between Pack and Gwen. As we see Carl Jr. also super far behind. Pack is risking so much here. Goes for B for boost, and Gwen with a mistake. And this is super good for Pack here. This is not a free 10-pointer, but almost free. He's only half a second ahead. But, you know, this means he cannot save it. But still, he can take a breather and win the third consecutive round in a row, for him at least. Because he has won, I think, 2 rounds.
Oh,
no! Oh, I think I'm not gonna cast for MnM next season because of this jinx.
Oh, but before he crashed, Carl Jr. was already coming closer by 0.3 of a second. So there was definitely something kept happening. But this crash is... Oh, this is heartbreaking now. There's no way of returning this one.
Yeah, now Carl Jr. has the free win. So again, a round. Maybe you remember the double jinx from me where Carl Jr. has won it. So Carl Jr. is taking it here. And only one more jump. That was super close here. But Carl Jr. is able to stay ahead and will eventually take it. Gwen is completely dead, and Carl Jr. is the only one who finishes here. Pack gets second. Also didn't go for the MNF. For the DNF, for the MNF, what am I saying, man? And finishes 5 seconds behind. So what happened, Carl? Wait a minute.
I believe what happened is that he had a too shadow line or too narrow line and didn't complete the turn.
He crashed here. He was too outside here. Okay, let's go with the helicopter cam with those 4 people here. Papu goes for a lot of speed in this section. But it is Pack in the lead. So hopefully Pack can keep up with the pressure now, because he has made a mistake and needs to, push it again here. He made that mistake there, so it's important for him now to get this part smoothly. But look who's in the lead, and look who's in last. Again, Carl Jr. with a bad start, as well as on the as on the other rounds. Carl Jr. is in last position, comes closer and closer. Again, a very good tech section here by the solo replayer, and again Gwen and Pack in the lead. Papu with an awkward landing, but gets himself a lot of speed in this section, but so did all the other players here. First identity, interesting jump there from Papu. Oh my god, what is he doing? He's risking so much there, but it is Gwen in the lead. Pack with a good jump there, but also Gwen did it pretty nicely, but Pack with more speed. He comes closer and closer going to that last lap.
Oh, Pack is risking it now.
Oh my god, Pack, what are you doing?
That is speed. Oh!
Oh no! Oh, Peck was risking it so much, and again a mistake, and now it's between Gwen and Papu for the next finalist mode. Or it
I mean, on
could...
the one hand, it's good news for Peck to know that Carl Jr. will not close it out.
Yes,
so he
indeed.
gets a bit of a breathing room, but still, 2 crashes, it's playing with his mind, so... What do you think when you're Peck at this moment? It's frustrating a bit.
Yeah, because he was fighting for the victory twice in a row. And now he is sitting there on 3rd position, and he has to watch this nice fight here between Gwen and Papu, which is definitely happening. And he knows that one of them can get himself the finalist mode. Okay, Gwen with a good amount of speed. Papu with the risk. He had to take that. And also, I thought also as well that Gwen made a mistake of Papu with the insta DNF there. And Gwen takes the first victory to his name and gets himself up into the finalist mode.
Also noteworthy, the fastest time is by Carl Jr. with a 108.13, and if you remember, Peck was having a 107.53. So they're not driving full pace. You can tell there's some nerves and some saving. Obviously there was gaps. But still, they have a lot more in the tank still.
Yeah, maybe they are saving, and I mean, also it's the pressure. Who knows? But of course, in a situation like that, there's so much money on the line, you know. So many people are watching you, and it's all the practice you have like put in hours upon hours. And now Peck is sitting there and has to watch that Carl Jr. and Gwen are right now in finalists, and Peck not getting the best start. Maybe he can come a bit closer in this section, but it doesn't look like it here. And
this time Peck is swapping roles with Carl Jr. Was always having a rough start, but yeah. Good turns, he's coming closer, but only tiny bits.
Yeah, I mean, we still have 1.5 laps to go. Or like, yeah, I mean, the identity is quite long here, but Peck can still like gain a lot of time. He is only 0.4 behind. Papu jumps super far there to the right, but great identity here from Peck as well. Comes closer and closer. Didn't get the best landing there though. But look at that smooth transition as Gwen goes over into the lead, but Papu as well. Peck with a lot of speed comes closer, closer and closer, but it is Gwen in the lead. Gwen could redeem, or could get himself a ticket into the finalist, into the final here. But it is Papu who has a lot of speed as well. What a great fight here, but also Peck with a lot of speed. 0.17, what a fight are we witnessing here, Speedy?
This is insane. Okay, Peck goes up into 2nd place. Now the fight is on.
Oh my god, Peck is taking so many risks. Gwen, however...
This turn decides, and...
Oh, Gwen! With a mistake! And yes, nice one there. It is Peck and Papu in the lead, but also Carl Jr. is here, so Gwen is dead. And this is super important again for Peck to get himself this victory here, because he could have won 2 rounds already, and now it is Papu ahead of him. One more identity to go. Will it be Papu who will get himself the finalist mode? Will it be Peck, or will Carl Jr. qualify to the grand final? Great risk here from all of these players. Peck with a good amount of speed, Papu with a mistake, and Carl Jr. with more speed, but it is Peck staying ahead. Oh my god. Jesus, so many things have happened there.
107.52 by Peck to finish it off.
No winner after the first map. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh.
Amazing. Just amazing.
Let's breathe. We have 3 more rounds on Halfpipe. And this map, I have no idea who this one favors the most. I mean, I said Papu because of this identity, but it looked so glass cannon. It looked like a glass cannon. And remember, Papu has not won a round so far. Papu has not won a round so far, but they look all so trained, so no-lifed. And, yeah, Papu is now standing, at 0 points.
Phew. Deep Papu 0 points, but I mean, this is a map he could basically one-shot. So, I'm not counting him out yet.
Yeah.
But wow. Final map. Maximum 3 rounds.
Oh my god. Imagine Papu winning and we have a quadruple finalist situation.
Sure. Oh, that would be interesting.
Or just Pack winning it here.
I mean, Peck has the speed on this. He performed really well.
Yeah, good warm
So
up.
he can make it. But obviously, Papu, he is the master of dirt. And yeah, I mean, he's dangerous.
Oh
Plus,
my
he
god,
knows how to do
Gwen's
the risk
line.
end. Or the risk identity, I mean. So, this could be a back and forth. This could be a heartbreak. This could be amazing. Could be anything.
Let's see the identities here. Oh my, yeah, look at this. Papu is risking so much, and I think this will actually break the neck of Papu on this one. That's my call here. I don't think that Papu will win the first round. That's my bet.
I think we have a winner. Okay.
Yes, I think we will have a winner. Who that will be, I'm not pronouncing out the name.
I mean, I can guarantee you one thing. The winner will be the viewers, because this is exciting as hell.
Yes.
Oh, okay, it looked like somebody crashed there, but it was just a visual bug.
Oh my god, my mobile phone is not turning off. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm sorry. I just had issues with my mobile phone. I need a new one. But yeah, no one made a mistake so far. I'm sorry, guys. But we have all the finalists being in the lead, and Papu is down to last position. Cole Jr. is also not falling, has fallen a little bit behind, but his section here was super good. He was jumping super low, but yeah, Pack not getting it super well here. So Pack down to P3, but still only 0.5 away. He can make that happen with the identity or a good part here. Does everyone have enough speed? Yes, they have. What a fight. Pack is coming a bit closer though. Only 200ths of a second.
Is he going for the nose slide? He is.
Yes, great. He executed.
Amazing.
Oh, Cole Jr. What? Hello?
What? What? Okay.
Okay, that was unexpected. Okay, let's see. Pack is risking it super much as well as Papu here. Gwen is getting, pressurized here by both Pack and Papu. Look at the speed by Pack. And he goes into P1. What?
Smooth landing? Yeah.
Oh, what a fight between Gwen and Pack here. And it is Cole Jr. who has not DNF but is super far behind. And we have a three-man fight. Can Papu deny him the victory? The players here, as we see Pack and Gwen approaching this section first. Oh my god, dude.
Oh no.
Oh, what happened to Pack? A small of a slowdown there.
Down.
Oh, gear down, I think. And that was not very... I have not captured it, actually.
This is painful.
Has he clipped something, or...?
It was just a straight gear down because it was turning too much.
Yes.
It got a bit too greedy, I guess, but...
But he's still only half a second away here from the other players. And he had a very good end section. Remember that. So he can definitely make it happen here. Papu and Gwen are still holding strong. Gwen could qualify. Papu is dead. Again, a mistake in this section. Gwen is 0.8 ahead of Pack here. But Pack is completely risking it here in the end. I can tell you that. And Pack is coming closer. Pack is coming closer. Pack is coming closer. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Oh. Wow, that was close. Oh my god.
Oh,
that was so close.
Yeah, Gwen is in the final, but what a risk by Pack. He had to do that. But both went for such a risky line. I think Pack had more speed, but now this round will go down to the wire. We have Papu still not being in finalist mode. And Pack and Cole Jr. still in finals. But what a race are we witnessing here? Jesus Christ.
I have no idea what both of those players were doing when they were crashing in the end. I guess I got mesmerized by Pack's nose slide.
Yes.
Oh, this is... Pack has only one safety net, and that is Papu winning this round. If anything happens.
Oh, my Pack! Holy shit! Oh. Okay, so Pack is in the lead. Carl Jr. has the lower hand here. He's 0.3 behind. And Pack is in the lead. Pack could qualify himself into the grand final. Papu not with a good transition here over this part. And Pack is 0.5 ahead. 0.5 of a second. Definitely a very nice map to see here. Oh, as Pack touches a little bit of the inside of the sand there. So it is Carl Jr. coming a bit closer. But only 0.3 of a second. Identity time, sweetie. Let's go.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
almost got the slowdown.
Oh
there.
my god. Okay, Pack is
please.
surviving it good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
good amount of
easy.
speed. But look at Papu and Carl Jr. It's even again. But who gets
Smooth
the better landing? Oh, Pack
Yeah.
looks so good. But Carl Jr. as well. Oh my god.
No!
Oh! Oh!
Carl? Where did Carl
Oh,
go?
Carl with a very, very bad line there. So Pack is in the lead again with a considerable, huge margin here. Papu getting a good landing. Gear down again. I cannot imagine how Pack is feeling right now. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. So let's follow Papu here, who gets a better landing than Carl Jr. Carl Jr. is completely dead here. Never mind, actually. He's still in the race, but Pack is extending his lead here in this section. And Pack could really, like, get himself the victory here. But what a thriller are we witnessing. We still have one more identity to go. Papu is very good on this, and both of the players have nothing to lose. Pack is still in the lead. Awkward section here for him. So it is Papu coming closer. 0.36 of a second. Carl Jr.
Well done,
not getting
Pack.
the best amount of speed. Papu, let's follow Papu here. Will Papu...
He will go nuts. He will go nuts.
Pack, please. Pack knows that he cannot save it. It is Papu! Oh my god! Pack with a good landing here, but Papu is doing it good as well. Will Pack take it? No!
Oh,
It
no.
is Papu denying.
Ah, good. Whew. Well,
Well, we have a triple final
happened.
situation. Carl Jr. will be very happy about that. Pack is definitely the loser of this round. And Papu goes with the momentum here into the next round. Pack not with the best start here. Didn't really get too much speed in this section. But it's do or die. It's the last round here of this third phase. And Carl Jr. is in the lead. Is it the Carl Jr. luck again? Or will either Papu or Pack qualify to the grand final?
would be extremely hilarious if both of them made the same mistake they did in the first round. Just simply crash.
Oh my god, Pack! What a speed was that? Oh my god, Pack. How can you risk when you are in... Oh, dude, I just can't believe that. Come on, Pack. Oh, no! Oh, no! But still only 0.7. He can make it happen. Come on, Pack. Let's go. He can
Am I
make it
crashing?
happen. 0.6.
Oh.
He has good amount of speed. He can get it good. 0.55. Come on, Pack.
Thing is, Papu will risk the identity again. This is a glass cannon now.
Yes. It's the glass cannon, but look at Pack. Oh.
Oh no! Oh no! Pack
Okay.
has touched a bit.
Okay, good speed though for Pack. Good speed. 0.46. Come on, Pack. Come
Oh,
on.
God.
Come on, this
Smooth
is the
landing.
comeback of the century. Yeah, good smooth landing. And it is Pack back to P2. Pack back to P2, and it is Carl Jr. the lead. And remember, Carl Jr.'s identity were not remarkable. Like, they were not like as good as Papu's ones. Oh, airtime for Pack. Can he make that jump? No! And this is the GG for Pack.
Ah.
Oh, damn it. Ah, what
That
a
hurts.
thriller this is, boys.
But it's not over. Papu and the glass cannon and identity.
Yeah, let's
Still
follow
up.
Papu here for this last identity. But it is unfortunate to say that Pack is out of this competition. I think we're still gonna play for that third position. That's why we have a last map. Because it's between 500 and 1,000 euro. But however, let's focus on Papu here for this last identity. Can he make it happen, or is it Carl Jr. who has to get himself a cool head, or like stay a cool head? Let's see. Will it be Carl Jr. or Papu? Papu, you can't really see it here. The risky. Oh my god. Oh my god.
If he made that one, he would have. Oh my god. If he made that one, he would have overtaken Car before the last half pipe.
Yeah, so it is Gwen versus Carl Jr. in the final.
Phew.
Jesus.
Now we need a breather.
Halfpipe, what a map are you, man? My god.
Oh
dude.
my god.
So this is the last map for Peck and Papu. They're gonna play it out for the third place, which is either 500 or 1000 euro. So one more warm up until we will go live.
Phew. I hope everybody in chat is still okay. I mean, I know this was a lot.
Yeah. Hopefully you
But
don't
wow.
have to consult your local hospital.
Hi. This had everything.
Yes. This had everything. So can Peck at least take the podium spot? Let's see. Then my bet is somewhat correct. Correct, so the top 3. Somehow. Jesus Christ. My voice, dude. My voice is completely dead.
This was something.
Yeah. But Gwen versus Carl Jr. again.
Let's see who's taking third place first. I think on this map, historically speaking, Peck has the upper hand. And yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Peck is ready. Good warm-up for him. Yeah, 2 hours of casting, boys and girls, of course. And we are going down to the wire. Who's gonna take that third position? Is it Peck or a Papu? Let's go with this round here. It is Circles, the last map for both of them. And let's see how they are doing it.
This is nobody doing the Affi start.
Yeah.
Being 0.5 behind basically after first turn, but really close.
Yeah, Peck not with the best line there. So he lost a considerable amount of speed. But maybe he can catch the one up here. Looking good. Inside approach from him has a tiny tad more speed than Papu, the Gamer's Origin player. So the former teammates, let's say like that. But look at Peck, presses B for boost. Oh my god, Peck up into the lead. Papu with a weak section, or was just Peck with a gold-like section. At this point you cannot really tell, because I don't know, man. I'm just completely done for today, and we still have a grand final. It's dude, unbelievable, really.
Till here it was just warm-up. Now it gets interesting.
Yeah, indeed.
But oh, Peck with the higher line this time.
Oh, Papu with a clip there, and Papu with no speed. He was jumping super far up, and Papu with an additional mistake on the freewheel section, and he is more than 3 seconds behind. And this could be the GG here, as Peck should be aware of that his opponent is more than 3 seconds behind.
Definitely, that's GG. Peck taking third place.
Yeah, I would say so.
I know I said it's a bit early, but 4.5 seconds and Peck knowing it, I don't see him getting a full stop now.
Yeah, he can just save it, you know. He can release on some parts.
That would definitely be meme worthy if he did.
Yeah, but I think he... Let's not say something here. I'm the Jinx Meister, so... Looking good for Peck so far. As he's still on first, of course. Let's see where Papu is, actually. Okay, he's exiting the wall right now and doing this drift there. So Peck, only one more identity, and then the third place is yours. Looking good. Oh my god, almost jumped too far to the right there, but that wasn't the case. So Peck goes home with the third place. Only one more turn to the right, and to the left is missing, and Peck takes the third place here in the playoffs and goes home with 1,000 euro. Well played.
Nice one. It's a fair play to Papu as well. Really strong performance, strong comeback especially. Yeah, so shame for him. But such is the nature of this format. As we said, only one person can win.
Yep. Only one person is able to win. And
Yeah.
it's very, very like rough because you don't really like want someone to lose, but you know, it is how it is, and it is Pack getting the bronze medal. And yeah, we still have a grand final. We have a grand final left between none other than Gwen versus Carl Jr. Wow.
Did we explain the format already for the grand final?
Nah, I have not. Wanna go for it, or?
I have to actually check it out because I myself only know there's best of 3, but who picks what is I have to check out.
First picks first, second picks second, first picks third, and so on. And then the 5th map will be picked by, yeah, by no one, because, you know, it's just the map that is over. So Carl Jr. versus Gwen again. Wow.
Okay. High effect.
Yo, effect.
Save!
Oh my god, how was he so fucking loud? I'm sorry, but I just wanted to watch a clip here on Twitter. Jesus, I'm sorry guys. Why was that so loud?
Sad for Peck, it's true. I mean, he was leading. There was a lot of rounds which he got through, but just got unlucky in.
If Peck would have made that last jump, if Peck made that last jump, he would have been through. Actually, he had more speed, but the worst angle. I don't know. Damn it, that was very, very close actually. It was so close, man. Gwen is dead, and this is super important again for Pack to get himself.
I mean, the last rounds were insane, so
yeah.
Still head off to anybody, everybody that played, so no shame there. I mean, 3rd place is still a great result.
Yeah, indeed, of course. 3rd place is super nice. But you know, it's 1st versus 2nd, so now okay, wait, Carl Jr. got 2nd in the total season, but you know, I don't think that this matters too much. But yeah, Gwen just looks super strong. I don't know. I think Gwen will take it.
I mean, it's true that if Papu did not risk the half pipes and would not have overtaken Peck, Peck would have obviously been in the final now, yeah? But the thing is also, Papu was fighting for survival as he was not in the finalist mode, and if Peck won, the whole thing would be over.
Yeah.
So for Papu to first take the risk and then successfully take the risk and finish it, it's actually really amazing. This is basically what I think Hillis envisioned when he was coming up with the identity idea. Because it's not over till it's over, basically.
Yeah, I really like that.
And what Papu did was just amazing. So, I mean, well deserved for him this time. Check the PayPal memes.
I mean, really, I have to say that Carl Jr. was super lucky. Again, like not like super lucky, but again, like in Germany we call Bayern-Dusel, you know? There's like Munich winning sometimes just super luckily. And again, I mean, I double jinxed someone, and then Carl Jr. just has gotten himself up to finalist mode. So sometimes he was just a bit lucky, you know?
Definitely lucky. Especially in the first rounds that we had, he was not really performing well. He wasn't really outstanding. It took him super long. He was the 2nd last person to get finalist mode, so he didn't seem like the favorite. But knowing Carl Jr., he's rising with the pressure, and the higher the pressure is, the better he gets, which is something that usually it's the other way around, right? When the pressure gets higher, you get worse because you get pressured and you're unsure. So It's the Carl Jr. feat basically. So
But
what can you do?
it's just super weird. So we have maps here. We have Halfpipe by Gwen as the first pick. Carl Jr. has picked Semiramis. Gwen has picked Circles. Carl Jr. has Starglide. And then Gwen Paradise. So we could potentially not see Starglide and Paradise with a 3-0 swipe. What is your guess? Who's gonna take it?
Who's gonna take the whole thing? I mean, Gwen won already one of the biggest tournaments this year.
Yep.
He's 16. He fought his way through to the grand final of the TMGL as well. And he's definitely the surprise of the year by now. So, but he's going up against the 3-time world champion, winner of also the most prestigious tournament so far. So I think we have a head-to-head here, but I could see Gwen winning this.
Yeah, I see Gwen winning as well. But
And I'm basing this off his performance today and his performance during the group stage, because he won the group stage deserved. He didn't like the group stage. He won it. He literally deserved to be first.
he dominated it, and to conclude the season, it would be just deserving for him to win the whole thing, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, I see. Fair argument. So we have Gwen already on the server. We're gonna still wait for Carl Jr. to see everyone joining here. TMGL stream 03, TMGL stream 04. I've also seen Speedy TM joining the server. Nekra is here, so everyone is here, you know? Just the whole crib.
The party's up.
We see all the people here.
We have the after party before the final.
I'm just gonna join Team Solary here because you're in there as well. Wow, so many people are on the server.
It's an interesting take to say that Gwen is kind of like Massa.
Mm-hmm.
Because Massa is how should I say
More
this?
glass cannon than Gwen.
He's a bigger glass cannon, definitely. And to think that Gwen does this with 16, he's basically still new. He's like a little chicken, basically.
Yeah.
You can say it like that. If Gwen works on himself, he could be better than Carl Jr. in the future. Hands down.
Yeah, I mean, he somewhat is. And now we have the face-to-face again.
Yeah.
We have the face-to-face again. It was the Rater Cup. And then, of course, also the show match. But now we have Carl Jr. versus Gwen, like El Clasico in Trackmania, kind of. Or
Back then it was Carl Jr. and Bren, now it's Gwen.
Yeah. So not too much of a difference, right? Bren, the EN has not changed.
What changed there?
Yeah, but hey,
best
we
time
are
with this map,
starting. We are starting with the grand final. Oh my god, this will be a banger.
This will be something, yeah.
Yeah, and it is actually the first map, Halfpipe, picked by Gwen, and no Papu on this one. So I think that Gwen has the upper hand here, just by seeing his performance.
We know Gwen is definitely capable of doing the Papu lines. We saw him do it. As I don't see the cars. Oh, it's one, okay.
Me neither. Well, they're inside of each other, but still.
What Carl Jr. does really well is at draining out his opponents.
Yeah, he's very endurance player. That's true.
He drains them out mentally, physically, anything basically. So, because he's simply that strong, that consistent, which is, especially in grand finals and this format, I believe
really
could
important.
benefit him.
And also, he's also up every time for a comeback.
You can never count him out.
Yeah, indeed. You can never count him out, even though if he's 0-2 behind, you know?
Especially on this map, you can be 0-5 behind and you can still win it, simply because of the identity.
Okay, but we are starting here. So how this works, again, it's the normal mode, so the mode that we have beforehand. And it's a best of 3. So that means if Gwen wins, he's finalist. And he needs to win 1 more round. So the points limit is... Wait, is it 3? Have they changed it again?
I guess we'll find out.
I'm gonna check. Maybe you can cast a bit. I'm spectating Gwen right now.
I mean, the early start, Gwen with a bad start, but nothing too bad, so coming much closer to Carl Jr. now. Carl Jr. keeping his lead still. Approaching this fast left-hander now, let's see who's taking it. Gwen is coming closer and closer, takes the lead briefly, and keeps it in the dirt.
Okay.
Jr. now behind.
Okay, so I see how they mean it. So it is a best of 3 in terms of the maps, and we still have the finalist mode. The however the mode is called, the final mode.
Oh, we see Carl Jr. with an early mistake here as well.
Yeah, indeed. Carl Jr. making that mistake, and Gwen will extend his lead with that. So he's 1 second ahead.
1 second is kinda safe. The glass cannon approach here will not pay off too much.
But, I mean, Carl Jr. has to risk it now, and he knows it. So let's see
He's
how...
risking it, sort of, yeah.
Okay, didn't get the best gear there, as it seems, but gets a good jump there, and a good amount of speed here. But can he go like closer towards Gwen there? It doesn't look like it. Gwen is extending his lead here to almost 1 second. So this is this is nicely done. So it's a best of 5.
Oh, Carl Jr. not a mistake.
Carl Jr. with a mistake. And you get 1 point by winning a best of 3 on 1 map. This makes sense, right? So
Get 1 point by winning 1. Okay.
So you get 1 point in the best of 5. So, oh my God, Gwen. Oh, Jesus! I thought for a minute that he died there because he went so low, but that wasn't the case.
But yeah, this is essentially over this round.
Psst.
Gwen survives this one. Yeah, he will. Oh my God, he went for the high landing. Yeah, now he can save it. Easy first round for Gwen. Oh, he touched the sand.
He touched the sand there. And let's see, Carl Jr. comes a bit closer. I mean, if Carl Jr. wins this round, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna donate him into his next stream. Okay, good. Whew. Lucky me.
Yeah, Gwen saving here.
Gwen
and
saving.
takes on the first round.
And Gwen is finalist. So, first win for Gwen. And it's a best of 3. And when you win this best of 3, you win 1 point. So you can see Gwen now up to finalist mode, and he has to win 1 more round to get himself the map win. So Carl Jr. has to win 2 rounds in a row now in order to get himself a point. So this is, of course, extremely good for Gwen, because he has 1 free shot, and he will pressurize Carl Jr. a little bit more with that.
Kind of reminds me of tennis mode in team cups.
Yeah, a bit, right? Just that it's tennis mode after 1 round every time.
Mm.
True.
Oh, this time Carl Jr. much better start. Establishes himself with, I guess, point 10, point 15, point 12, okay.
Yeah, still a very good start here, but this part is very decisive. You want to land as early as possible. Gwen did it quite nicely, but so did Carl Jr. Gwen with a very aggressive inside approach. Oh, but Gwen, I think he didn't catch the gear there. Does he have enough speed? 221. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was super close, actually. That was super close. Could have gone into a different direction there as well. But Carl Jr. still remains in the lead.
It's actually oh, Gwen got the drift. It's actually a really weird part with the dirt there, because if you have too much speed, so like 224, 225, you will end up jumping too far and not having enough grip on the ground to get more speed.
Gwen! Okay, interesting approach there. But yeah, Gwen had to respawn. Not going for the DNF. Very clever. And Carl Jr. is in the lead. So this will, of course, put the momentum up to Carl Jr. in this next round, as he is in the lead and he has won a round beforehand. So, yeah, it will go down to the decider.
This is also something we will see quite a lot today in the grand final. 1 player driving away, the other 1 seconds behind. This is just due to the high risk that people are taking here.
Yeah, they have to do it. And Gwen knew that he has to risk it. He knew it.
Yeah, Kachunia driving this home safe now. Yeah, but as I said, if you have too much speed into this dirt, you will jump too far and you will not make the second landing. And this is something that killed Pack before.
Yep.
Oh, Carl Jr. almost died there.
That was actually pretty close, but Carl Jr. is able to stay alive. And yeah, he has only a couple of more turns to go. I mean, he's 12 seconds behind. So at this point, you know, it is the first win for him. And
oh yeah, he released.
Yeah, that's very. That's really
11 seconds. Yeah,
it's really good. So yeah, Carl Jr. wins it here. Then we have Gwen, of course, not finishing, and it's 1-1. Okay, now everything can happen. This is the decider here. Both players can win 1 point and go into the lead in this grand final, where it's between 2,000 and 4,000 euro. And Gwen, I mean, Gwen right now is the player who won against Carl Jr. So is Carl Jr. now the one who has to like redeem himself?
I mean, technically speaking, yeah.
Technically speaking, yeah, indeed. But I think Carl Jr. is not making any like appearance of that. So Carl Jr. in the lead. And we have Gwen behind. Didn't get a good landing there, so he's 0.3 behind. But yeah, let's see. It's still only the beginning here, as we are 50 seconds into the map. But Carl Jr. looking good to clear that jump. Yes, but that was actually pretty close. Gwen has gotten a slowdown there, indeed. And Carl Jr. is in the lead. And again, a mistake by Gwen 2 consecutive times in a row.
Sam Gwen doesn't get a drift there when he tries to no-slide. So his fingers seem to have calmed down a bit.
But
nice
Gwen
risk.
goes for the risk here, comes closer towards Carl Jr. And Carl Jr. with a mistake! Oh no! Gwen!
What?
Oh my, what is happening? So of course Carl Jr. is super far behind, as you can see, 10 seconds. But Gwen made a mistake, and he will definitely be happy about that, because he could, despite making that mistake, he could win this map.
Wow.
Okay.
For anyone watching, they're not driving sloppy on purpose or because they're not trained. This is just such a high pressure situation right now.
Yep.
It's actually amazing that they crashed so little.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And yeah, Gwen, I think he can afford one more mistake, but
he should
more than that. And especially not in the identity, because you could have seen how much it has lost him. Okay, good speed there.
220.
20, perfect. And
walking on the edge there.
He's surviving it. Not even close. I mean, he made that mistake beforehand, but now he's just in first position. And Gwen, also beautiful section there, but has saved it again. But only one more jump, or the jumps are remaining here, and Gwen will surely take them safe. Let's see how safe. Oh my god. Why is he...
Not even that safe.
Yeah. But yeah, Gwen is taking it. Gwen is taking the first map. Oh my god, that was so close. And yeah, that's 1-0 in favor for Gwen.
Wow.
Greatly done here by the Game Ward player, who is now into the lead. And we have the next map that has been picked by Carl Jr. And again, Carl Jr. has picked this map, and it's called Semiramis by Table and Firestorm, if I recall correctly.
Technically Pack's home map, but sadly also the map that cost him.
Yeah, indeed. It's the map that has almost killed him in the third round. But now he's back on track and wants to redeem himself here, and maybe wants to do the tie. Or will it be Gwen? I mean, I think at this point there's so much pressure going on, as you've said beforehand. But I think that Carl Jr. will take this map with a 2-0 swipe. What do you think?
Potentially, yes. The turn that Peck crashed in, this long left-hander, I think this will get interesting.
Yeah, indeed. Exactly.
Because of the growing nerves. Releasing the steering at one point because your fingers are not...
You can gain
relaxed.
so much speed there, actually. So yeah, a very, very interesting map, very versatile. But Carl Jr. making the first mistake in the first turn. And can we actually see pressure? Because he's behind now? Because this is definitely a mistake that I've not expected Carl Jr. should make, or would make, you know?
It doesn't necessarily have to be pressure, it could also be just some sort of exhaustion. I mean, they're driving for now around 3 hours, give or take.
Yeah, indeed. Also with warm-up, of course, they have warmed up. You want to get on temperature, and you want to, like, play about 3 hours of driving under pressure. I think I don't want to know how players are feeling right now. I mean, it is such a pressurous situation, and yeah, it is Gwen in the lead, 1.3 seconds, and let's see what Carl Jr. can make happen on this identity, because he definitely can risk everything here, and he does so right now. Comes a tiny tad closer, but only 300 of a second, so this is definitely not good. And yeah, Gwen still remains in the lead with a comfortable lead here of 1.5 seconds.
Definitely, and as the question came up, yes, this is the grand final. Winner of this one wins the whole thing.
Yeah, 4,000 here for the first position, 2,000 for the second. And we are right now going into the last lap here. And Carl Jr. comes a bit closer here, as you can see. Also very risky line there. So he wants to, like... I mean, it's not the 2-0, but also Gwen could make a mistake. But look at this. Carl Jr. is coming closer and closer. He's risking so much. Maybe he's warming up his tires for the next 2 rounds, which he certainly has to win in order to win the map. So Gwen will be certainly very happy about that. So one more identity. Only 1 second between them here. Let's see what Gwen is doing. Okay, first jump, he passed. Second jump as well, close there. And also the third one. So this is the first round here for Gwen, as Carl Jr. makes a mistake. So Gwen takes the first map point and goes up into the finalist mode.
Almost 753. Well done by Gwen.
Yeah, greatly done by him. And now we have the maybe last round, but I hope that Carl Jr. can deny Gwen the finalist attempt. He made a mistake here in this turn. And this is a thing that I've not really expected from Carl Jr. that he would do.
Definitely something that's off. Let's see.
Yeah,
Gwen is still struggling with this grass. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Already in the last rounds he was struggling there.
Yeah, they have to avoid the gear down there, and you do that by just not steering. But also there, the turn looked a little bit weird from my perspective. I was spectating Carl Jr. But it is... Yeah, Gwen in the lead here, and this looks super, super good. Remember, it was the map picked by Carl Jr., but just this midsection seems to be so polished from Carl Jr. as he comes closer and closer. 700s going into that last identity. Carl Jr. also with a good amount of speed, didn't jump too high there. And yeah, let's see here. Carl Jr.
Wow.
Oh, that is beautiful. Also this landing here, but Gwen still remains in the lead. Let's take a look into the ending here. Oh my god, look at that. Gwen with the more inside approach, but Carl Jr. will have a little bit more speed going into that last lap because he had the outside approach. But never mind, actually he missed the lines a little bit, and thus it means that Gwen still remains in the lead.
But nothing's over yet. 0.12 behind Carl Jr. This is nothing.
Yeah, Carl Jr. with the outside approach. Oh
and
my god.
Oh.
Okay, but not the best transition there from Carl Jr. But now we have a battle here for that first position. Will it be Gwen extending his lead to a 2-0 and then Carl Jr. has to do the clean sweep? Or will Carl Jr. deny him? Look at the speed now from Carl Jr. But
God.
oh my god, what? How didn't he touch? But look at the speed. All of a sudden, Carl Jr. still didn't really fall behind that much here. And we only have one more identity. Carl Jr. is pressing B for boost. Goes into the lead. 200ths of a gap. But Gwen can fully risk it here. But didn't get a good landing here in this section. Oh my god. This is so close to Cole. Gwen does it super good. But so did it Carl Jr. Who has more speed in the ending. It is Carl Jr. winning it here. Oh my god. Oh. Whew. This goes down to the wire here, ladies and gentlemen. So Carl Jr. again denies Gwen the map victory. And again, a double final situation here on that second map. Semiramis, that is the last round. Who will take that map point, or yeah, that map point and 1 point into his account? Is it Gwen who could go up into the lead 2-0, or Carl Jr. who could tie the score to 1-1?
See again. Gwen with a good start.
Yeah, Carl didn't get it too good here, this whole beginning section. And
Carl is not entering the black road there that fast. He's always losing some speed.
Yeah, but this section here is extremely greatly done by Carl. Look at that, how much speed he's gaining with that. That's just so good. But Gwen, oh my god, that was incredible how close he was there to the wall. So the game mode player is extending, but also Carl is taking so many risks, but both of them have to do it. It's do or die, and you know that you have the fastest or the second fastest player behind you in this format. Gwen! Oh my. Oh.
Gwen released. Oh god.
Oh, that was costly. And again, pressure has hit Gwen here, as pressure has hit Carl Jr. in that first round. So Gwen is more than 4 seconds behind. Make it 5 now. And Carl Jr. can take a little bit of a chill pill here, but still a lot of things can happen here. So hopefully Carl Jr. will survive that, but he should be experienced enough to survive this ending.
That was a really awful mistake. This is the one kind of mistake you don't want to do in a grand final. This could play with his mind a bit.
Yeah. Also because it's the last round on this track, and you cannot really say, okay, I'm not gonna do it next round, you know. So Carl Jr. is really taking again the momentum to his side and ties up the score 1-1.
See if he can also take the best lap. I don't think so, because he will be saving a bit.
Yeah, maybe Gwen is pushing it, but he had also, like, he was 5 seconds behind, so this will be eventually maybe the fastest lap. Who knows, but I think it will be still Gwen's lap. Yep,
yeah.
The .53 is definitely good, but yeah, it is Carl Jr. tying up the score here 1-1. So both winning their map, or the map that they have picked. Greatly done.
Oh, you have to give it to Gwen. Carl got a bit lucky. A tiny bit.
Yeah.
I mean, Gwen was half a second ahead, and then this mistake, which I cannot explain. Something happened. Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's 1-1. Okay, and now we have a very cool map as well. Oh, I'm getting so tired. 3 hours of casting. Sorry that I like yawned there, but it is so exhausting. Like I'm so happy that you're here, man. Also, you deliver a great cast, but my voice is so cracked. I'm not sure. Is your voice fine, or can you?
I'm fine. We can go on for another 3 hours if you want.
Yeah, but I think I'm screaming a little bit more, right?
Potentially, yes.
Yeah, a bit. Okay, so we are actually going live already here with Circles. So they have skipped the warm-up, and let's see how they will perform here. So we will definitely see a map 4, but it is someone who could potentially have a match point after this map.
Oh, it's nice turns by Carl here.
Yeah, he comes closer towards Gwen, indeed. Also, Gwen gets himself a lot of speed, but Kojina with a more inside approach there. So it is even, I would say. As Gwen jumps super far left onto the reactor boost. Let's see this part here. This is really decisive. Both are going for that up approach. You can also jump like below that sign, but that is just a very risky approach. And also Gwen gets himself a good amount of speed here over that grass section.
Oh, this was a nice angle of his car there after the grass. Oh, Carl. Yeah, bit rough.
Okay, let's see this
Okay.
identity here. Gwen's identity looks so much better, but Carl Jr. with a lot of speed. Look at that. Carl Jr. will definitely have more speed, and it's even again. This is actually, it's even on the dot. It's to the 100th of a second, it was even. Jesus. What a fight between them.
This
Huh?
was the kind of line that defeated Afi all the time. Because Afi was always taking the inside approach like Gwen did. And
Yep.
Carl Jr.'s outside approach has so much more speed because of the engine killer. It just pays off.
Indeed, it just pays off, and it is Gwen in the lead. But I'm really, like, have to stress this ending, because Carl Jr. did it so well. And if he can do, you can do it better than that. And I think with that, Carl Jr. can win this map, despite Gwen has picked this one. But we're gonna see what the win condition kind of for either of those players is. Gwen goes inside there. That was close. Oh my god, Gwen is risking it so much. And also Carl Jr. is not really like stepping down from the gas. He's accelerating more and more. And
Oh,
let's
this
see.
is close.
Oh my god,
God.
Carl Jr. Oh, and both now
Carl
it's
inside.
the other way around. Let's see, has Gwen more speed? Gwen has more
No.
speed. Will it be enough? No, it is not enough. But interesting to see, like, both have changed. And it's the first time that Carl Jr. is winning the first round.
I believe Carl is approaching it differently. When he has more speed entering it, he is going for the inside line, and otherwise he goes for the outside line. Which would be interesting. Because
Yeah.
I don't think he has cars. Maybe he has ghosts on. Would also be a thing. That
Yeah,
you saw Gwen
don't know.
dropping.
I mean, they've seen the CPs, so maybe they can, like comprehend what is happening there.
Most likely, yeah.
But yeah, it is Carl Jr. who could win it here. And it's a very important thing. If he wins now, he has a match... Wait, a match map. Is it correct? Not match point? Match map. That sounds weird. But he could win it here, because he goes into the lead then. And he has a very good start here as well. So Gwen... he goes very far outside here, so he gets a lot of speed, but Carl Jr. again with a more direct approach and gets a more inside transition. I think it is even when you do it like that. So I'm not sure what is faster. What do you think?
I think it's actually even. I mean, we're talking about hundreds there. Difference. Oh, Gwen goes for the outside this time.
Yeah, but Carl Jr. has more speed, better landing there in this in the half pipe, and Carl Jr. is 0.2 ahead, and Gwen is a bit struggling here going into that second lap. Also Carl Jr. here with way more speed over this exit, and also the better angle in this turn. Oh, but goes a little bit too far outside, so this was a little bit of an error from him, and Gwen comes closer. Gwen comes closer and closer, 300s. What a line by Gwen! What are you doing, man? Jesus, they're really pushing it, and imagine there is 6,000 here on the line. The first place goes home with 4,000 and the second with 2,000. So this is incredible, or like for Trackmania terms, it's a lot of money. And now we have a battle here. Gwen with more speed, Carl Jr. and Gwen up equal to the 100th of a second going into this part. Oh, Gwen, oh my god, what is he doing? Gwen is risking so much, and one more identity can decide it here. Can Gwen deny Carl Jr. here the victory, or will it be Carl Jr. going to the lead? Oh my god, Gwen versus Carl Jr. Carl Jr. with the
inside
approach.
This will not be enough, I
Wait
think.
a minute. Wait a minute.
This will be
Wait a minute. Oh my god. Oh my god.
They almost finished evenly. Ah. Whee.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow. Carl abused the air brake there perfectly.
Yes, and Carl Jr. goes into the lead after a 1-0 for the Game Ward player. It is Carl Jr. leading 2-1 and has a match map now. Whatever.
I believe this was actually something like 9,000 between both of them.
Yes.
Something like that. Wow.
Wow. Impressive to see that. So it is Starglide, and this is a pick by Carl Jr. Can it get better for him than that?
And there's one thing you don't want to do, is give Carl Jr. a match map.
Yeah, or a match point, whatever. So, match map sounds funny. But what I want to stress out on this track, Carl Jr.'s identity looked super, super slow on this one. Just have to say that. It looked very slow.
His start as well is also not the best currently.
Yeah, and let's actually see, because we are live already. So for the people who have not realized it, because we don't have a warm-up here. Players have decided to skip it, and yeah, actually it is Gwen in the lead. So let's focus here on Carl Jr., who is right now sitting on second position. Also didn't get the best speed here over this grass section, but comes closer and closer, because he's releasing a lot in this section. So you can see here he's dropping like a potato there, and then not getting a good amount of speed. Actually, he got it very good now. But yeah, let's see who gets the Zoop. No one.
Gwen got it.
Oh yeah, Gwen. Yeah,
Kinda.
Gwen has more speed.
Thing is, Carl gets the soup 2 times, and in the third ring he doesn't, which is kind of counterproductive.
Yep, because it doesn't really matter too much, because the distance from the third. Oh my god, Gwen! Oh my, what is this guy doing?
Gwen is so lucky that this is not the old game. In the old game, you could not mount those walls.
He's rushing B right now. What is he doing? He's... How didn't he lose anything there, Speedy?
He technically abused the landing trick, but as I said, if this was the old game, he would just face plant there.
Yeah, but Gwen is taking so many risks right now. And, I mean, he's 0.4 ahead. He knows that he has to push it. But maybe he wants to not, like, lose it here and shows Carl Jr. who's the boss on this track. Despite Carl Jr. has picked this map. But now we have the last identity coming up. Can Carl Jr., who's lurking in the shadow all the time, make it happen? Or is it Gwen? But yeah, this was very good by Carl Jr., who gets the Zoop here in the ending. It's very important. Carl Jr. has a lot of speed. But I think it is Gwen with more speed. Yes, indeed. And Gwen, oh my god. Oh, that was so close again. Will win the first round. GG.
Even if Carl gets the soup, Gwen is doing it so safe. He's always having at least a good minimum speed there. This is really tough for Carl.
Yep, it will be super hard. So he really needs to rely on a mistake here from either himself or himself. So from Carl Jr. Man. Like, you rarely see 1v1 formats, so you get used to some speakings, you know?
Can relate. I think you confused the viewers now.
No, yeah, I confused the viewers. I was... Don't forget it, guys. Forget it. So, yeah, Gwen has map point now. And, yeah. Look at that. But the speed from Carl Jr. super nicely done. And, I mean, it just seems that Gwen, despite Carl Jr. is one of the best tech players out there, is just better on this tech section. But look how close he goes there to the inside. Gwen versus Carl Jr. going into that first identity. Carl Jr. didn't get the approach there too well. And who's getting a lot of speed? Gwen has gotten a lot of speed in this first ring jump. Carl Jr. didn't get it too well there. So this could be the 2-0 swipe if Gwen didn't die. Oh my god, what happened? Yeah, he died indeed. So it is even again Carl Jr. with more speed. So 0.10 between Carl Jr. and Gwen. Make it 0.07 now. Because Gwen, I think he touched the... he got a penalty or something. If I recall. I'm not sure what caused the slowdown. Oh my.
Gwen is actually doing this on purpose. To mount the walls. Interesting approach.
Yeah, because then he gets a low airtime, indeed. He gets low airtime with that. That is a dirt trick that you could also utilize in Trackmania Nations and Trackmania 2. So greatly done. But yeah, this part from Gwen looks super, super strong. But Carl Jr. can... Yeah, he comes back strong in this part again, but now Gwen has a 0.24 of a second lead, so it will be a hard task here for Carl Jr. to deny him the victory
Needs a
here.
good turn.
But he has
He
more
needs it.
speed. He has more speed. No, he has not actually. He had a more direct approach here. And it's Carl Jr. versus Gwen.
Yes.
Carl Jr. with a zoop. And Gwen is a little bit further behind.
No.
And again, he's lurking in the shadow. But Carl Jr. didn't get it too well. This part will decide it. Carl Jr. is risking it. And Carl Jr. with a mistake. His nose has been pushed down. And we will go to the decider. We will go to the last map. Gwen as well with a 2-0 swipe on this one. And it is Paradise which will decide it all. Oh my god. Paradise is deciding it.
Carl touching the wall there with his butt, and then, yeah, everything goes downhill.
Yeah, and I think the same was happening to Gwen on the first lap, actually.
I believe so, yes. Why doesn't get an acceleration penalty? I think he's taking it higher. So he gets like a sideways landing, sort of, ish. Which then, if you know the landing bug, not landing bug, how's it called again? The flow trick.
Yeah,
from
flow
speed
trick,
maps.
Yeah. So yeah, we are already live on, I think the best map from Pack, just concerning the performance on that first round. It is Carl Jr. versus Gwen. We have 3 more rounds, and then we have our TMGL 2020 winner. Actually, I thought that this was the live round, but we have the live round now. Okay, let's go. Let's go, Speedy. 3 more rounds, and then we are done for today. What do you think? Who has the upper hand on this track?
This is Paradise. This is Russian roulette. Format is Russian roulette as well, so everything is perfect. And anyone can take it.
Yeah,
But obviously Gwen with a better start. This is already helping him a lot, but Carl was actually pretty strong on this map.
Yeah, but also Gwen, I remember he battled it out with Pack in the first round or something like that. But yeah, Gwen is looking super strong also in the start. Who's taking more risks here? Is this Gwen with Wiggles as well as Carl Jr. there? But yeah, Gwen is in the lead. Let's see this part here. It's really decisive that you either get, yeah, like you really want to get a smooth transition there. Oh, beautifully done by Gwen, using the whole like length of the street.
Gwen's strength.
Yeah, look at that.
Does he have to brake again extra? 225. He has
oh my god, Gwen, what is that speed? Holds the upper gear and extends his lead against a player like Carl Jr. So Gwen is 0.32 ahead going into that first identity, and we could maybe see the first match point for Gwen, but don't say that without Carl Jr. Had to readjust his line there though. But we see similar approaches there. Oh, Carl Jr. risking it there, and he's dead, and Gwen has like a huge lead to work with going into the last round here, and this could be the match point for Gwen. And we all know that Carl Jr. can cope pressure pretty well.
This is bad news now, because now Gwen is on match point.
Yeah, indeed. He has one free shot, but I mean, still the map is not done. He can mess up the identity, but he's 2 seconds ahead, and I think Carl Jr. made an additional mistake there, if I recall that one correctly. Yep, he is 3.3 seconds behind. And with that, Gwen has even more room to work with.
See Gwen. Does he save it? He should.
He should. He should go for... I'm not even sure if he should go for the upper gear here.
Oh, he will.
Oh my... Jesus Christ, what is this guy doing, man? Whew.
Now he's establishing dominance.
Imagine driving like that in a grand final. Wow. So Gwen is taking the first victory here and is now up on match point. Ladies and gentlemen, Gwen wins it here. Carl Jr. finishes, but 3.5 seconds behind after that mistake. And we have Gwen, who could take it all here. Will the 16-year-old wonder child take home 4,000 euro?
Let's find out. This is going to be interesting.
Indeed, it's going to be interesting. Carl Jr. with a good start. His section here, he went for a very inside approach that he lost a lot of speed. So Gwen, it is even again, despite that approach. Carl Jr. in the lead, and that is what he is in need of. Carl Jr. with us versus Gwen, the El Clasico of Trackmania. But look at Gwen. Wow, look at Gwen. He just presses B for Brooks in this section. Really nicely done. And 500s between them. Wow, man. I don't know what will happen. I think the freewheel part will decide it.
Yeah, either that or the eyes again.
Yeah, maybe. But I think the freewheel part from Gwen looked so much more polished. But he could also risk it too much on this section. As we see Gwen with more speed again. Let's see the line here. Oh my god, Gwen! I forecasted it. Okay, call me Mr. Weatherman, but it is Carl Jr. in the lead now, because Gwen had too much speed to work with.
I mean, fair enough on Gwen, he didn't lose that much. Lost like 0.3, 0.4.
No.
He didn't even get the checkpoint, so yeah, that is over. Yeah.
One more round is deciding it.
I mean,
yeah,
Caster's curse. What can I say?
Yeah, things like that happen, right?
I actually hope that in the last round both crash, but then nobody finishes. Hey, it's counter jinx now. Nobody will crash.
Okay, so Carl Jr. on his way to deny, like, let's say it, dude, my brain is fried. To deny Gwen the final or the victory. Oh my god, dude, my brain is super fried. Whew.
Thing is, with Carl Jr. now also try to establish dominance and do a sick freewheel part. He seems to go for it. Yeah.
Oh,
he actually tried.
But didn't get the upper gear.
He had the extra tap there. He entered with 240.
Yeah,
it's
was
quite
a bit
impressive.
too much. Was way too much. But yeah, Carl Jr. one more identities, 11 seconds ahead. Saves it super much here. And Carl Jr. wins. And now we have a double final situation for the victory. There is one more round this evening. And the question is, who is going to win Trackmania Grand League, the playoffs 2020? Who's going to win it? Carl Jr. or Gwen? The youngster or the veteran? We will find out now, and we will know it in less than 3 minutes.
Again, I was super happy that they listened to the thing I was wishing for like 3 hours ago, that we go the full way. 2-2, both are finalists, last round. What else can you ask for?
You cannot ask for more. And this is eSport, ladies and gentlemen. 3 hours of content. My voice is completely done, but I'm still really looking forward to this last round. The last round we're all waiting for. And now Carl Jr. has the upper hand. Gwen, however, with a lot of speed in this section. Carl Jr. goes for a more upside approach there on this, kind of right-hander. But still it is dead even between them. We see different approaches here. And Gwen also went for this diagonal approach in order to avoid airtime as much as possible. And yeah, the part here will decide it. Let's see how Gwen is doing it. Will Gwen make that mistake? There's a lot of pressure and Gwen makes that mistake. You have to be kidding me. And Carl Jr. is in the lead. So again, Gwen, it's the glass cannon. Gwen with a superb part in the first round and makes 2 mistakes there. And now Carl Jr. is in the lead. Carl Jr. could win Trackmania Grand League. He could win it for the second time. Can he make it happen?
Gwen is coming closer.
Yeah,
his
1
identity
second
will
though.
shake it up again. But this is not over. Despite there being almost a second between both.
Yeah, it's again. If Carl Jr. doesn't get the upper gear, Gwen will catch up. 0.4, 0.5 of a second, and then also a good identity. So this is the winning condition for Gwen here, to say it like that. He's
There's
not
2 ways.
Yeah,
Gwen will crash or Gwen will peak.
Yeah.
This is the only two ways it can go.
If he's not ending with a crash, then he didn't try hard enough, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I would think like that as well in Gwen's situation. And he's coming closer, look at that. He has more speed here to work with. And
He
now
will be faster
the
this.
decider, 0.89 between them. And yeah,
He's
let's see.
coming closer, yeah. 82. He's coming close.
Oh my god, let's see. Gwen has to risk it here again. Gwen has a good
Yes.
amount of speed though, but exit way too far outside. So,
Carl Jr. had it insane though.
yeah, and it is looking like Carl Jr. is winning Trackmania Grand League playoffs in Season 2. We have one more identity to go. Carl Jr. goes almost there to the left, and it is actually Carl Jr.
And it's GG.
winning it here over Gwen after an insane comeback. What a performance by the solo replayer, and Gwen has to settle with the second position. Wow.
Wow. I have to say, well deserved. Shame for Gwen. He would have also deserved it, but only one person can win. And the 3-time world champion did it.
Yeah. The 3-time world champion stayed cool after being down 1-0. He was coming back with a 2-1 lead. Then Gwen has done the tie, and on the last map it is Carl Jr. winning it. So 3 hours of casting. I'm completely done. I'm hungry. I don't know, man. But thank you so much, Speedy, for joining in. And also thank you guys for watching the cast. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. And yeah. What about that we cast the Combine together as well?
I mean, if you ask me on stream already, I cannot say no, right?
I mean, you
Of
could say that
course.
you're busy, but yeah, let's cast the Combine together as well.
I think I'm busy. Nah, of course I will cast.
Okay, then let's
Of
go.
course we will do it.
Perfect. So 14th, 15th of November, Combine. And yeah, we are not gonna go into predictions now. I think we're just gonna enjoy the moment that Carl Jr. has won here. Very deserved, actually. Great performance in the final.
The only
State.
thing we can predict, the Combine will be interesting.
Yeah, it will be interesting.
No resident sleepers, only PogChamps.
Yeah, so this format was very long, to just give some feedback. Whew. But at the end of the day, I really liked it. But it was 3 hours just of completely insane driving. Wow. I'm not sure what to think about that. We need to digest it, and we will talk about that in 2 weeks. And also I'm gonna talk with that in the Let's Talk Trackmania with Scotty about, because I think it's something that we have to recap. It's a new format. But guys, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, what else can I say here? Oh,
Cheap excitement, right?
yeah, cheap excitement, indeed. But thank you all for watching. I'm hungry. I'm eating chili con carne now. And yeah, I'm done. Goodbye.
Bye.